is Monday, October 13th, and the time is 3:39 p.m. Councilors, have you had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
Is there a motion?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The minutes from the last meeting have passed. Since it's Councilor Abbott's meeting with us, would you like to place any items on consent?
Yes, I have several. On page 1, item 4. On page 2, items 6 and 7. On page 3, item 9. On page 4, items 11 and 12. On page 5, items 13, 14, and 15. Page 6, items, nothing. Oh, nothing on 7. Nothing on 8. This is the longest agenda I've ever seen for budget and finance.
I think it's page 18, maybe.
Yeah. Yes, on page 18, items 43 and 44, and I believe that that is it.
Okay,
Oh, no, I take that back. Item 48
there you go.
for consent.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem?
I agree with that.
Okay, so that is item 4 on page 1, item 6 and 7 on page 2, item 9 on page 3, items 11 and 12 on page 4, items 13, 14, and 15 on page 5. Then I believe we skip all the way to page 18, items 43 and 44. And then page 20, item 48. Okay, is there a motion?
I move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The consent agenda has passed. If your item was placed on consent, you may enjoy the rest of this beautiful afternoon. Otherwise, the first item is item number 5, and this is for the 2025 Magic City Toy Drive in the amount of $2,000.
Move the item.
Second.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, councilors.
Afternoon.
This item is to declare a public purpose for the 2025 Magic City Toy Drive. It's a partnership initiative between the Department of Youth Services, Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service, and Birmingham Police Department. I'm Tracy Bennett. I serve as the interim director of DYS. And if you're not familiar, the Toy Drive is an annual effort that we collect donations for new and unused toys and bicycles, and then we turn around and we provide assistance to supplement holiday cheer for young people in Birmingham.
Okay, awesome. Councilor Abbott, do you have any questions?
Yep, I just wanted to ask the $2,000 in funds, who is that coming from?
It comes from the Department of Youth Services, supplies and other equipment line item, and it's for the supplies for our distribution day. It's boxes, wrapping paper, and, other supplies to kind of get ready so that we can collect the toys and then turn around and give it out. So,
Okay, so the recipients of the toys get to wrap them before they leave so that their children won't see them?
the Department of Youth Services, we put them in bags for them, for the parents.
But that's after they've selected them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do y'all need any Christmas wrap?
I'm sorry?
Do you need any Christmas wrap?
That's what we're going to purchase. If you have some, we'd gladly take it.
Oh, yeah, I can help you out.
Okay.
I can help you out. Okay, that's all my questions.
We said she wasn't going anywhere. Madam Pro Tem?
Thank you. That was really my question because I was looking at the funding source and just wanted to, the only question I had was who was the funding source? So thank you.
Okay, I don't have any questions. Okay, well, I believe there's been a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The item has passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is item number 8. And this is for an amount of $7,500 given to the Birmingham Public Library Board. And this will be for senior citizens activities and programs provided at 5 Points West Library.
Move the item.
Second.
All right, maybe Jeff, since it says city council.
Madam Chair, are there any questions about the item?
It probably is the funding source, I believe, probably.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a big, long number here, but it doesn't mean much. What money, what fund is this coming out of? It says professional and consulting.
So each counselor has a professional fees and consulting line item that comes from the departmental account.
Okay, so that's the one we divided up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and which district is this?
District 8.
Who could have said that? Oh, no, Felicia Jolly could have said that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem?
Same question I had, so it's answered now. Thank you.
Okay. All right, okay. Yeah, well, is there a motion and a second? We
I
didn't get
move
one.
approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Next item is item number 10. This is an amount of $75,000, and this will go towards, this agreement between the city of Birmingham and Birmingham Corps, and this will be where they will implement their workforce development initiative. Okay.
Move the item.
Second.
Madam Chair, we request to have this delayed to the next budget and finance.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. The administration has delayed number 10. All right. So next item is item number 16 on page 6. This is by appropriating $137,837 to PP from ADM Recycling Fund to programs to expand the city's curbside recycling program.
Move the item.
Second.
Okay. Chief.
Mr. Cooper will come up and present the item.
Good afternoon, Council.
Good afternoon.
My name is Derekus Cooper, and I serve as the Stormwater Program Manager. And I'm glad to be here to announce that this is our 3rd year receiving this grant from ADM. And this is where we kind of changed the focus from garbage trucks and garbage cans this year. We're going straight into the schools, and we're going to educate the schools this year with the funds that we received. And we got a program, we got a curriculum built, and we're going to also establish recycling programs within 15 of the city of Birmingham schools.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm glad to really have some questions about the clarity of this and just the use of the funds, because I wanted to be sure when we talk about curbside recycling, we weren't talking about our recycling bins. This is another program, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and this is one that you're initiating in the school system. I know several years ago, there was some type of a recycling program or an initiative that was put forth, and I believe the schools competed. So what would this look like? Is this education or teaching them how to recycle?
Yes, this program, these funds, we're actually planning on touching over, I think it's 8,000 kids and actually 200 teachers. But what we want to do is allow them to recycle within, give them the materials to recycle within the school, and also give them education on how to reduce, reuse, and recycle, and how to create a better habitat within their school system, and allow that to kind of flow out into their home.
Okay, and you said 15 schools within
Yes.
the city? And would we be able to see a list of those schools, or I'm just curious as to how they're spread across the 99 neighborhoods or the different
Yes.
districts?
I don't have that list, but we'll
Sure.
present it in the morning.
Okay, thank you. That's my questions. Thank you, Madam.
Okay, Councilor Abbott.
Okay, so we aren't buying any curbside recycling
That's correct.
bins because we've already
We already-
bought enough to serve every single person, plus all the children's families that are that are going to be getting this education. Because if they go home and they don't have a bin, what good is it? You know, you're teaching them about recycling, and you're getting them all pumped up, and they go home, and they want mom and daddy to recycle everything, and they don't have a bin.
We're still working on getting more bins. I think there's a back order on bins now, so we're still in the process of receiving more bins and trying to get as many as possible. Our goal is to equip every household with a bin.
Well, I mean, I know it's a voluntary program.
Correct.
Because clearly if people don't want to recycle, they won't do it. But if their kids come home and they've learned at school that it's really important to recycle and they don't have a cart, that just sort of gums up the works and defeats the whole purpose of getting children to become avid recyclers. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? I mean, it seems,
No, we hear you, but again, you kind of answered the question. It's an opt-in program, so that child goes to their parents and says, hey, mom, dad, I would like to recycle, then they can opt into our recycling program and get
oh,
them.
and they'll actually get a bin if they do that.
That's correct.
Okay, that's good, because a lot of people have asked for bins like for
Can't get them.
a year or two, and they have never received anything, and,
You know, we gave you an update that they were in the process of being ordered, so
yeah.
we were taking care
Like
of that.
one time, they were on order, and then they had to be ordered, and we still don't have them yet, so. But and I have heard that having children at home that know about recycling is the best way to get adults to recycle, because their children will nag them to death until they do it. So that's the idea. We want a bunch of kids coming home and nagging their parents to recycle.
That's correct.
Yes, it is correct. Because during my time on the council, I have seen probably between 20 and 30 million dollars go into the dump because we put a lot of money into our sanitary landfills. And wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have to do that because we were such avid recyclers? It seems like a no-brainer, but we have a ways to go. So I'm glad to see this, and I'm glad to get these kids all pumped up about recycling, and I can't wait to see the list of schools where y'all are starting. 8,000 children and 200 teachers.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. So I may have missed this. What's the breakdown? Like, what are we using this money for?
I think we have to share that list. He doesn't have it in front of, so we'll have it when it's before council, the science, you're asking about the assigned schools?
No, the funding, like, are we giving recycling bans to the schools?
No, this is just for the education. This does not speak to the actual bins. This is for the teaching part, the education part of recycling.
So are we bringing experts? That's a lot of money for education or handbooks.
Well, I think if you spread it over 15 schools, it'll probably play out a little different. But Mr. Cooper, can you?
Because you could really give the curriculum to the teachers, and they can teach it, and they can start a recycling club, and
The breakdown is like right here in the classroom. There are gonna be bins put in the classroom. We're spending 58,000 in that, and then we're gonna have hallway bins that are gonna be placed in the school, and that's almost 15,000. And another 12 is going to be outdoor recycling bins. And there's also, we spending money on education materials, is 15,000
okay.
roughly.
That's
All those are
awesome.
roughly.
I'm really happy to hear this because, I've been wanting to do it for a minute in my schools, but it's kind of hard to order bins, even with our funding. So I just remember being in college, it was so much easier to learn how to recycle and it's just right there than waiting to get home. So I'm excited. I hope it'll go more towards elementary schools, the little kids, because we all have elementary schools in all 9 districts. So I'm excited. So do y'all have any additional questions, Councilor Abbott?
Yeah, and
I'm
little
sorry.
kids
Yes,
are
sir.
easier to excite.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Councilor Tate?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm glad to see, we talk about educational piece, how important this is. So who's going to facilitate the curriculum?
Sade, the key.
Oh, Sade, okay.
Yeah, she would be presenting this today, but she's had this on her kids today, so.
Okay,
So
that's
I'm
good.
staying in her place, but she's gonna be one of the main people, but also the development of the curriculum that we have is professionally made, and it's gonna be like something that we could use throughout the continuation. It's a continuation from year to year, and it's gonna build on itself, so we're excited about receiving that curriculum.
Thank you. She does a great job. Thank you.
Well, I say Counselor Abbott can teach a class.
I'm going to have that graphic of the
See?
garbage truck dumping money into the landfill, because that's pretty much what it's like when you don't recycle. A large garbage truck full of $100 bills
Oh,
being poured into the landfill and buried by a bulldozer. Just think about that graphic.
that's a great image.
No, it's not either.
Well, I think I know
I
what Counselor
never envisioned
Yeah.
like that, but I like where you're going with that, and that's what people need to know.
But it's something to think about, because 20 or 30 million dollars, think of what we could have done with that money. We could have fixed all these things that we're always complaining about. We could get all the sewer covers out of the sewers and on top of them again, and we could do all kinds of things, but instead, we put it in the dump. It's not a good picture,
Thank you, Auntie Litter. Appreciate
but
it.
it should be emblazoned in your mind now where you can't forget it.
Yes. Well, I think I knew where Counselor Tate was going, like having volunteers maybe and not really giving it to somebody and they just, yeah. So I would like to hear about that soon. But okay, any additional questions for me?
thank you.
Anybody? Okay. Well, I believe, was there a motion?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, there was a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The aye is passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is item number 17. This is an amount of $1,500 per neighborhood and per calendar year for authorized services to be used to electronically notify neighborhood residents of meeting dates and times.
Move the item.
Second.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Council.
Good afternoon.
Thomas Stone, I serve as Principal Accountant for Community Development, Community Resources, and the Land Bank Authority. This is an annual request we have for the neighborhood associations calling post notifications for their neighborhoods, and we are requesting a resolution for the item.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, thank you very much. My only question was this a new electronic or type of system? But I know they're currently using calling posts, correct?
That's correct.
Doesn't take any training or anything like that. And I know now that we don't have, what was the system we used to have? when we could?
Robocall? The robocall?
Yes. So this doesn't include anything like this? This is purely for calling posts?
This calling post communications. That's
Okay, thank you. That was my primary question. Thank you.
I was about to say, I get it for Oakwood Place every month. Counselor Abbott?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if it was calling post or whether we were getting more,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
It's called-
technologically adept. But I still remember the old flyers that went out, so.
Okay, Counselor Tate, you good? Do you have any questions? Counselor Tate, do you have any questions? Okay, all right, well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Thank you. Next is item number 18. This is for a term of 3 years. This is for Equipment Simulations LLC, DPA SIMS You Share, to provide virtual private service to be used by Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service to facilitate training, planning, assessments of realistic fire scenes and fire management.
I move approval.
Okay. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, everyone. Corey Moon. I serve as the Fire Chief of Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service. And the item before you is a renewal with SimU Share. This is software that we use to create realistic training simulations for our personnel so they can make better decisions when it comes to incident command. This is something that we've had in place since 2022. And it costs about $5,500 per year over a 3-year period.
Okay, Counselor Abbott.
Well, I just wanted to hear more about it, and you've told more about it, because I guess when you have live burns, you pollute the air, and then people complain about all the smoke and flames, and so this makes a lot of sense, and I had really forgotten that we have had it since 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, after thousands of requests go by, you kind of forget some things, so thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem.
Just one question. Remind me, is this initial training, or is there a recertification, or would this be new firefighters, or is this something they have to do annually?
So that's a great question. This is just additional training that we like to do. Sometimes we use it for doing professional development for newly promoted officers. We also use it just when a battalion chief wants to do more training with their personnel. So it's something that we use just continuously.
Very good, thank you.
Counselor Tate? Okay. Counselor Abbott, do you have another question?
Good.
Okay. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye, the item has passed. Thank you. Next is, this is an agreement between the city and the Birmingham Board of Education for amount not to exceed $1 million, and this is for the continued operation of BCS-based mental health service program.
Second.
Chief?
Yeah, committee, it's just, this is our annual renewal of the mental health program that we are in conjunction with the school board. This should be our fourth year of doing this program with the school board, so we want to continue having that mental health aspect for our schools and for our students. So what's before the council is just basically a renewal.
Okay. All right, Counselor Abbott.
Yeah, and my only question was, I remember that we started doing this after the pandemic
That's correct.
because children were having such a hard time with just the whole scene. And I was wondering if we intend to do this forevermore, or if there will be a time when we reprogram the money to do something different. Are we still having?
Yeah, I think it's more a determination of the school board and their leadership, but from our conversation, the program just works so well outside of just that mental capacity of like dealing with bullying and all the other things that kids deal with nowadays with social media and things of that nature. So I think they have tailored it a different way than it was from out of the pandemic, but I think we'll keep doing it if they feel like it's a successful program. And I mean, this year for us, I think it's been doing well.
Okay, so as long as they want the money for mental
ma'am.
health, we'll keep giving it to
Yes,
them
ma'am.
just for mental health. Okay, thank you.
Madam Pro Tem.
No questions, thank you.
Okay. Counselor Tate, you good? Okay. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Next is item 20. This is a joint funding agreement for water resources investigations with USGS, and they will assist the city in maintaining a program for continued operation and maintenance of stream flow stations and monitoring water.
Move the item.
Second.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, y'all, again. My name is Derekus Cooper. I serve as a Stormwater Program Manager, and I'm here to talk about the USGS stream station, monitoring stations. We have 15 throughout the city. They monitor flow, water quality, and some of them are weather stations. USGS pays $41,000 a year, and we pay over $95,000. This is a partnership. And what it is they're monitoring stations that USGS keep up with, and they maintain them. And we are able to receive minute-by-minute data, and we use this data to kind of predict whenever the water is outside of the banks. As far as the flood and flow goes, we can also predict information about the what is coming into the city and report back, like compare what is coming in and how is it once it leaves the city. So we're able to put that in our annual report when we write that every year to aid them. And that's valuable information. We can tell what's the impact while the water is in Birmingham. There's other things we do. We can use it in case there's since it's giving us alerts and stuff all minute by minute. We can tell when there's a illicit discharge or any type of pollutant in the water, wherever those stations are. And there's a lot of benefits to having this type of data, and we would like to keep continue with this partnership in order to receive and kind of, our number one thing is to solve problems, not just collect data, but solve problems, use this data to make our water quality better. So we would like to continue to carry on with this partnership.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem.
Yes, thank you very much. This particular item, I always like when I see it because it brings back my memories of work that I used to do. So when we're talking about qualitative and quantitative analysis, that's basically what you're doing here. And so I did want to find out, when you said you had 15 stations, is it continuously monitoring or does something trigger the monitoring, or this is continuous?
Continuous monitoring.
Okay, thank you. I think that's it.
Okay, Counselor Abbott.
Well, I was going to ask you if it was, if the monitoring stations were catching people dumping into our waterways, but you said yes.
By alerting us and letting us know something's going on. And then we can give us a better fighting chance of catching somebody or finding patterns of what's going on in our creeks and streams, so we can kind of, it helps us to track down situations and resolve them.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. So which waterways are these monitors on? Village Creek and Valley Creek or more?
But they're mainly on Village and Valley, but I think we have a couple on Shades and 5 Mile as well.
Okay, that's good. That's a comforting feeling, because our drinking water, part of our drinking water comes out of the Warrior River, and of course, all these waterways dump into the Warrior River, so you don't want to be drinking dry cleaning fluid. At least I don't. I have to assume nobody else does either, so thank you.
Okay. Any additional questions? Counselor Tate, you good? Okay. Where there's been a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. The item is passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is item number 21. This is an agreement with Skyfire AI to provide 16 drones with docks and related accessories for drone first responder operations for Birmingham Police Department. This is an amount not to exceed $1,506,300.
Move the item.
Second.
All right, got that?
Hey, good afternoon. Rob Malden, I serve as the Deputy Chief of Administrative Operations. And the Skyfire Drone First Responder Program allows BPD to enhance our operational efficiency by deploying 16 drones and docks in various locations throughout the city. It allows us to monitor these from our real-time crime center and also deploy from our real-time crime center.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, thank you. We had previously some drones that were on a previous agenda.
This
So
is
is
the
this
same-
just the same one?
yes.
Okay, thank you. I was just trying to see with this additional ones, but this is the same
No,
one.
this is the same one. We had to do some internal cleanup before we presented it back to you.
Okay, thank you. I was just questioning the number. Thank
Okay.
you.
Counselor Abbott?
Yes, these 16 drones with docks are going to be permanently located in locations throughout the city, and who is controlling them?
Well, they have multiple capabilities. To the first question, yes, they'll be located at various locations based on call volume. And also, we'll also be able to monitor those from the real-time crime center. They have an autonomous feature where they can deploy either with a person or from the real-time crime center.
Okay, so what kind of training is required in order for the real-time crime center to send drones out to look for problems?
Yes, ma'am, we have 30 officers that currently started drone training on today. We previously had officers throughout the department that are already drone certified. They have their Part 7 certification.
Are the drones that we bought previously still around, or are they?
Yes, ma'am, we have those as well. However, they are close to the end of their life cycle, and they no longer make those parts currently.
I was curious, maybe they got caught in a tree. That's what I would do if I had a drone.
Yes, ma'am, we have some very experienced pilots.
Good, okay, well, that's good. I think that this is great because they can get there a lot faster than a car that's all the way across town can. So I'm excited about the drones. Will we be able to see them
Yes, ma'am.
fly by?
Yes, ma'am. It depends on what type of mission we're flying on.
Well, and if it's night, I'm sure I will not see them. But this is great, thank you.
Will these drones continue to be used for special events as well?
Yes, special
to monitor
events,
that?
deploying on calls.
Okay, good.
Right now, we have our drones that deploy for special events. It'll just enable our capabilities to do more.
Okay, gotcha. How has the response time increased due to having these drones?
I'm sorry.
The response
can you repeat
time, has that increased since using the drones?
that? Well, we currently don't deploy for response times right now because our drones don't have that capabilities. Now we mainly deploy for just say missing persons or tactical operation, things of that nature. But we will be able to deploy for calls for service
Okay.
moving forward.
Okay, gotcha. Counselor Tate, do you have anything? Okay. All right. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Thank you. Next item is item number 22. This is for the city to complete a grant application for congestion mitigation and air quality improvement program grant provided by ADOT in support of the Greenway and a road diet on Richard Arrington Jr. Boulevard South. The grant award will be an amount not to exceed $3,200,000, and the city shall pay an amount not to exceed $800,000 towards the project.
I move approval.
Chief?
Yep. We did have some corrections on the funding.
Easier.
It's $3,216,484.82. And the city's contribution will be $804,121.20.
Can you repeat that?
Which one, both of them?
Yeah. I
$3
don't like
million.
that fast.
216,484.82. And
You said
it's
52 cents?
82.
82, okay.
And the city's portion is $804,121.20.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, council. My name is Alan Walker. I serve as Deputy Director of Capital Projects. And this project is for the remainder of an already approved project where we approved the design. So this is for the construction, the utilities, and the CE&I.
Okay, Council Abbott.
Well, since this is in my district and it was supposed to start construction this fall, I'm kind of surprised that we don't have the money.
Yes, we are setting up that agreement. We've had some things that have come up with ALDOT that we've had, like a cultural resource study, a few things through their process that has kind of pushed it, but we are currently on target to, have that all completed. April is what we're shooting for the update.
So then construction might actually start in when?
I'd probably say mid to late summer. That's what we're aiming for right now.
Mid to late summer. Okay, so the last thing that I read, they were doing archaeological surveys of Vulcan Park in conjunction with this. What were they looking for?
It's a survey with the University of Alabama for any, before you do any project, disturb the soil. They do the archaeological study and kind of clear out anything that could come up that could cause the project to halt.
Okay. So, like what?
Be honest with you, I'm not very adversed on cultural resource studies. I just know it's one of the processes that the state requires for us to, continue the project. It's,
But the University of Alabama at Birmingham knows, right?
yes.
So they could tell us what they were looking for.
Yes.
Yes, it's the University of Alabama.
Alabama, not Birmingham.
Oh, not Birmingham. Well, they're close.
Yeah. I'm no expert on that, but I just know it's one of the kind of pieces to,
That ALDOT requires.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, the residents will be interested to know about this because Five Point South neighborhood is always asking what happened to their project because it was supposed to, have been started already. So now I can tell them something. So that's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, I don't have any questions either. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the item has passed. Thank you. Item 23, this is for the Birmingham Bowl football game, which will be on December 29th, 2025, well, the NCAA Birmingham Bowl, and that'll be a protective stadium. The city will provide incentives to ESPN not to exceed an amount of $275,000.
Move the item.
Second.
Okay, Chief?
Yes, committee, this is our agreement, our annual agreement with ESPN for us to be able to host the Birmingham Bowl that'll be here in Birmingham on December the 29th at Protective Stadium. So what's before the council is basically our sponsorship agreement for the naming rights for the Birmingham Bowl.
All right. Madam President?
Yes, I know, Mr. Meadows, Mark Meadows does a great job
Yes.
over there with the Birmingham Bowl Committee. I just had a question. Often when they bring these type of projects in, there's some educational piece with the students in our schools. Does this cover that type of programming, or is that something else
Yes,
that the
I
committee
have
would
a
do?
slide deck that I can share with the council that came from Mr. Meadows that talks about the engagement that they do with the
Okay.
Birmingham City Schools. And it's not just, the football game, it's the other ancillary events that the teams do with our schools. So I'll be sure to share that with the council.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Council Abbott?
Yeah, I didn't have any questions. Thank you.
I don't either. Okay. All right, well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Next is item number 24. This is an agreement with Birmingham Legion where they will host their 2025 and 2026 home soccer games in the city. And the city will provide financial incentives to Birmingham Legion in an amount not to exceed $100,000.
Yep, so council, committee, again, thank you. This is I believe, our 6th year of supporting the Birmingham Legion Football Club, which is the soccer team, the semi-pro soccer team. So what's before the council is just our contribution to be a sponsor for them. They also host a lot of different clinics with our Birmingham City Schools, a lot of workshops, and this year they are planning to host more recognizable workshops because we have the FIFA, the World Cup in next year, so they're planning to do a lot of activations this year. So this is just really just supporting them as we have done every year.
Okay, all right. Council Abbott?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, this one says that they're going to be held in the city. Where in the city?
Protective Stadium.
So it'll be at Protective Stadium.
And then we're also working with them to potentially host one at Legion Field.
Oh. Very nice.
Okay, thank you. That was my only question.
Madam Pro Tem? No other questions, thank you. Okay. Have they ever hosted soccer camps for the youth? They have? I thought I
Yes.
saw that. Okay. All right. Do you think they'll still continue
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
They have to have some level of civic engagement from all their investors. So
Okay.
yes, they it's almost a requirement for them.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Next is our marathon of items, the BOLD funding program. So if we could bring up items 25 through 35 then. So. All right.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Giving my PowerPoint a second to come up.
Until on the back. That was it for you. A and B.
All right. Well, good afternoon. I'm Mo Shorts, and I serve as the Senior Program Manager for the Office of Business. Go ahead.
Hold on one second. And
Go
then
right
also bring up item 49, A and B. So community on the rise and be kind as well.
Okay. All right, so good afternoon, I'm Mo Shorts, and I serve as the Senior Program Manager for the Office of Business Diversity and Opportunity, which is within the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. And I also serve as the BOLD Funding Manager, which is Building Opportunities for Lasting Development. And today I'm here to present the 13 BOLD finalists. We're moving into our 8th year with BOLD, and we're very proud of the impact that we've had. It started in 2018 as a way to transparently allocate city funding to partner organizations serving in community and economic development. So as you can see on the slide, it aligns with partner goals. It distributes funding for more partners. We're able to create a method for leveraging outside dollars to Birmingham residents. It increases transparency in city dollar allocation, and it also promotes collaboration among our partners and also demonstrates a return on investment for our taxpayer dollars. So over the past 7 years, I just want to show you that we funded 57 partners with a total capital investment of $15.2 million, with the city funding 5.4, but our partners leveraging over 9 million. And I want to also show you the impact from the last performance period, with only $808,000 invested, 3,543 residents were served, 24 credentials were obtained, 43 people received jobs, and 186,000 wraparound services were serviced to our residents. So this brings us to our BOLD objectives: small businesses, workforce development, eliminating barriers, creative placemaking in high growth industries. Each one of the proposals that you'll see today, or the finalists you'll hear today, were weighed upon these 5 objectives. And also, they were actually weighed as well as their impact in the community. So each one of these proposals had a track record in one of these 8 communities. So Eastlake, Inslee, 5 Points West, Fourth Avenue Business District, Civil Rights District, North Birmingham, Smithville, Illiton, Titusville, and Woodlawn. So when it comes to outreach, they're already doing the work in the neighborhoods. So it's not going to be hard to let them know about the impact and the services that they have. And I want to briefly go over the timeline. So to identify the partners to kind of help through this process, it was 3 stages, as you can see listed on your slide. It included an interdepartmental council as well as city council input. So thank you, Jefferson and Felicia, over for us. Really appreciated that. The application was open for 30 days, so from July 7th through August 7th, and through that month of July, we held 3 application workshops, 1 informational session to answer questions. And then every Friday, I filled over probably 25 or 30 phone calls every Friday to answer questions, tailor feedback, so they understood what the process was, how to be competitive, and just literally be there to answer those questions for them. We also had a boots on the ground team that was a collaboration between IEO and also community resources to get out into the community to tell them about the BOLD program. Now, that brings us to where we are here today. So we had 61 applicants this year and 17 semifinalists, and then we have 13 BOLD finalists that were selected, and over $1.3 million in funding, and they leveraged over 1.5. So majority of them were finalists are minority or women-led, neighborhood-based, neighborhood-focused, and they all collectively achieve a focus on all the BOLD objectives, and they also cover all the geographic priority areas. So at this time, Madam President, I can go through each one of the slides for all of them. You can ask questions, or I can just go through all of them, and then you can do it each one, your preference.
What does the committee want to do? Madam President,
I
Council.
think doing them individually and voting on them at the time we hear them, because by the end we'll be.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay?
Yeah.
So our first one is the Alabama Center for Employee Ownership. As you can see, they hit 3 BOLD objectives: eliminating barriers, small businesses, and workforce development. ALCEO is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to turn the silver tsunami for retiring small business owners into an opportunity for workers, particularly minority and women workers, to build wealth, have a voice in their workplace, and also share the dignity of ownership. So the funding they're going to use this year was going to help small businesses to keep good jobs in Birmingham and also eliminate barriers to those who want to retire, for entrepreneurs and also wealth generation.
Okay, is there a representative here?
And so Daniel is here. Come on up.
Good afternoon.
Hey, can you state your name and position?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Daniel Marshall. I'm the board chair of the Alabama Center for Employee Ownership.
Is there any additional information we should know about your organization, any initiatives you plan on implementing?
This would be, I think, the main initiative that we would have in Birmingham. We do have statewide initiatives as well, which I'd be happy to talk about.
Okay. Can you talk about them?
Yeah, so we have a statewide initiative that's based around telling stories of employee-owned companies. So we're doing a tour of some of the larger ones in the state, creating short documentaries, and then showing them as a way to spread awareness of employee ownership as a business model and the opportunity it provides.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem, do you have any questions?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm just looking at the information that's been shared with us. Is this a new awardee, or is this the first time? Okay. And I know we were provided a list of the geographic priority areas. So you said this is statewide, or is this something that you would be focusing in certain areas of Birmingham?
No, ma'am, this initiative would be in Ensley and
Okay.
Fourth Avenue Business District.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Counselor Abbott?
Yeah, I was trying to read what was up there, but it was a little bit far away and small. So, yeah, I got this, but what I was looking at was the silver tsunami of business owners who were retiring, and what are those business owners going to do in your program?
Yes, ma'am. So our hope is to basically attract those business owners through focus groups, and then invite them to a conference and educate them about employee ownership as an exit option, which would allow them to retire, get paid for their business, get some tax breaks as well, while creating generational wealth for their workers.
Okay, so the idea would be not to close their businesses down or sell them to someone else
Yes,
who
ma'am.
might take them to Atlanta, but to keep them in Birmingham with the employees owning the businesses. So how do you get the employees to want to own the business?
Yes, ma'am. So there's a bunch of different models that this is partly our programming helps with, but many of these transitions can happen via a trust, and so the management of the business can even stay the same, but it means that the wealth that's generated by the business goes into the workers' pockets at the end of the day, and the business stays in Birmingham.
And who runs it?
So in many cases, the same management team will run it, but in cases where the business owner is leaving, the workers get training and support, which is also something that we help with and connect those businesses to service providers who do that exact thing. And part of our leveraged funding for this would be to subsidize those workers' training, basically. So we would help bring those resources to the table as well.
Okay, so you send them somewhere for training. You don't provide the training?
Well, we do it in partnership with technical service providers who have lots of experience with this. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Tate?
Thank you, Madam Chair. What's your communications plan, your comms piece? Because I hear you talk about Ensley, so Ensley is in District 9, so
Yes,
curious to know the comms piece to this.
Yes, ma'am. So the core of this program is to hire folks who live in these neighborhoods, and we have some of them on the grant as well, to leverage their social connections, to do in-person canvassing, to develop media and communications that specifically target these communities. And so we're hoping to use those social connections and experience. So for example, one of the groups that we're partnering with is Renew Birmingham. They already have experience sort of canvassing much of the neighborhood. Some of their experienced canvassers are part of our team. And so they're using all of the connections and experience they already have working in Ensley to know who the business owners are, to connect us to people who would know them or them themselves, and then invite them to these focus groups, and then just develop relationships with them. And so the hope is that this is not just, sending messages at business owners, but it's like creating sustainable relationships with them so that even if they're not ready to do this year or next year, they know that we're there as a resource into the future.
Okay. I would just highly recommend, you share that information, with the district, with me, and then tap into the neighborhood leaders in that district and, go to like some neighborhood meetings and share the information so we can make sure that we communicating, this piece very well.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any additional questions?
I just wanted to
Yes.
make a statement. I am happy to see that you're incorporating the use of trust as a way to, sustain or to add to your business when you're no longer there. Because I think sometimes we don't understand the use of trust and how they could be, we think of inheritance or we think of passing on wealth, but we don't typically use that. So I'm glad to see you putting that into the community, so thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, well, there aren't any additional questions. And you all wanted to vote it one by one or all together? Okay, well, this is actually item number 35. Is there a motion?
I move approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, next organization.
The next organization is Be Kind, which is a second-time awardee. Their bold objective is eliminating barriers. Be Kind Birmingham is a grassroots woman-led organization committed to breaking down barriers faced by low-income and unhoused residents across Birmingham. Their mission is to ensure essential resources such as clothing, shoes, hygiene products, and basic necessities are accessible to those who need. So with this funding this year, it's going to expand its mobile pop-up store to key underserved communities within Birmingham, eliminating transportation barriers, delivering essential resources directly to communities through their partnerships with libraries, rec centers, and other local organizations. And they will provide 8,000 individuals with basic necessities, and most importantly, access to mental health services, fostering self-sufficiency and community empowerment.
Okay.
And I'll bring up Ashley.
This is item 34, right?
Hey, Council. My name is Ashley Griffiths. I'm founder and executive director of Be Kind Birmingham.
Okay. All right, is there any additional information we need to know?
No, not that I'm aware of. Just we will continue our monthly pop-ups at 8 different Birmingham libraries. We try to alternate all sides of the city, north, south, east, and west, and hit all districts. At those pop-ups, we distribute clothing, toiletries, and cleaning supplies. Our clothing is seasonal, so right now we are taking out, anything winter. We also do our big back-to-school and Christmas pop-ups as well. Our back-to-school this year served 300 students. Not only did they get backpacks and supplies, they received 2 outfits, a pair of shoes, a haircut if needed, and mental health counseling if needed.
Okay, all right then. Council Abbott?
Yeah, I don't have any questions. We've contributed to Be Kind, and we think it's a great program.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, thank you. I am happy to see this returning. We were very excited last year, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing how you improve that footprint or aid additional residents. When you say you're expanding your pop-up services, are you expanding those? I'm just going to ask every time. What is the geographic priority area that you're trying to help?
We actually serve all 8, and we serve them bi-monthly. We hit North Birmingham Library, West End, Titusville, all of the 8. And we are expanding farther into Eastlake. We just did the Keep the Lights On Eastlake, which is a gun violence prevention for every Sunday in September.
Okay. I was just questioning because I wondered if you could increase that capacity. We do have the Powderly Branch Library that's over in District 7. I know they're always looking for opportunities to aid communities in
Absolutely,
C7.
because we are right next door in Wylam at District 9, so we can definitely come over to Powderly.
Okay, thank you. Those are my
Yes,
questions.
ma'am.
Okay. Counselor Tate, do you have anything?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just, my question is going to be to all the applicants. Ashley does a fine job. I've done some partnershiping with her, but this is just super important for, everybody that's getting these grants to make sure that they are communicating with the council, because oftentimes I see events on Facebook and the council doesn't have any knowledge of anything. So, the goal is to be very, robust in what we're doing and getting the information to underserved individuals so they can have an opportunity to participate in these programs. So that's going to be my question to everybody. Come to this mic. Make sure that your communication piece is, transferable to all 9 of us so we can be participants in this and getting this information out, through our newsletters when we go on the radio, because that's so important.
Yes, ma'am, and we do have our library schedule for the 8th that does not change. It is set in stone every month, first, second, third, and fourth Wednesday.
Yep, so I'm just gonna recommend that everybody get everybody email address up here, they staff, and just keep in contact with everyone so we can know and we can, communicate the information, throughout the district and just ways that we have to, elevate, I just don't wanna pop on social media and see somebody's event popped up and you having your grandiose time in the district and we don't have any knowledge of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, there any additional questions? Okay, well, is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
Second?
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Item number 34 has passed, thank you. Next organization.
The next organization is Breakthrough Birmingham, which is another two-time awardee. Their bold objectives are workforce development and also creative placemaking. Breakthrough Birmingham partners with highly motivated, traditionally underrepresented students in Birmingham to achieve post-secondary success, while also empowering, inspiring leaders to become the next generation of educators and advocates. And they're going to do that this year by offering one-to-one coaching mentorship to 24 first and second-year Birmingham teachers. The program focuses on improving knowledge and skills in culturally responsive, trauma-informed teaching, classroom management, time management, teaching strategies, and work-life balance. And I'm going to invite Marion up to the podium.
Okay.
Which one is this?
I'm trying to look.
Hello,
Hello, can you state your name and position?
Marion Michelle, Executive Director of Breakthrough Birmingham.
Okay, is there any additional information we need to know?
Just that we are really proud. So with this program, this program will be in its 4th cohort with this particular funding. By the end of this calendar year, so the end of the 3rd cohort, which y'all funded last year, we'll have impacted about 5,000 students in Birmingham. So we're really proud of that fact, through 37 teachers. This year, we have 24 spots for this next cohort that we're requesting funding for, and we have about 32 applicants for this particular cohort. So we're really excited about what's to come.
This was accidentally left off the agenda, so we're gonna make that 49B instead of Be Kind, since Be Kind was number 34. So, okay. Councilor Abbott, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem?
Thank you very much. I'm glad to see this program return as well.
Thank
I did have a question. You primarily serve first and second year teachers. Have you all ever thought of, I do know the school system, they do have some teachers that may be uncertified.
So that's where we primarily focus on uncertified.
Perfect.
And actually, for this cohort, we've sort of opened it up also to 30 years who might be uncertified, so early career educators in general.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's my only question. Thank you.
Okay, Councilor Tate? Okay, well, my nephew, I know, maybe your niece have attended Breakthrough during the summer, they've loved
Nephew.
it, so, yeah, I'm proud of the work you all have done, so.
Thank you.
Okay, well, is there a motion and a second?
So moved. Second.
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye. Aye, the item has passed, thank you.
Thank you.
Next organization. Let's see.
All right, this is a new awardee, Community on the Rise. Their bold objectives are eliminating barriers in workforce development. Community Rise is a nonprofit and justice enterprise empowering people experiencing homelessness through a focus on housing, education, healing, and employment. Through the bold funding, they're going to empower 5 women survivors of homelessness through their whole program and full-time jobs. They're going to launch a second rent-to-home pathway, and they're also going to place recycled plastic products into 10 retail stores and track quarterly recycling totals to demonstrate community impact. And I'm going to bring up Allison and Avery. Or just Avery?
Good afternoon, counselors. I'm Avery Rhodes. I'm the founding executive director of Community on the Rise.
Okay, is there any additional information we need to know?
Of course, I would love to share all day. I won't, but I'm really, really honored to be a finalist, first of all, and to represent Community on the Rise. We are doing some big impact work, only 5 years old, and we are supplying jobs to women survivors of homelessness, and as they also receive 2 years of housing so that they can stabilize and restore. And the work that they are doing is recycling number 5 plastic here in Birmingham. So local people, churches, organizations, schools bring us their number 5s, which is primarily not recycled in our city, and we're the only nonprofit in Alabama that is transforming that plastic into renewable, sustainable, beautiful goods. And it's the hands of women survivors who are crafting and creating this, which is very empowering both for them and for the city. And just to further that impact out a little bit, we also offer a weekly ID clinic, which is run by survivors, and they are recovering identity documents for anyone experiencing homelessness throughout the city in any of the geographical priority areas so that people can get work and housing.
Okay. Awesome. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, thank you very much. Of course, this work is very needed, so I thank you for starting the organization to be sure that we help this particular population. I know you say you have a housing component, and does that include like a rent-to-own pathway, or what is that?
Yes. So first, we have a residential home that women who first come into our program stay in for up to 2 years, rent and utility free. And for graduates, we have a rent-to-home pathway. We've already executed this once for a graduate. She's now 3 years into her rent-to-own contract with us out of 6. So in 3 more years, she will be a homeowner. And what that means is that she spent time unhoused on the streets of Birmingham, a good bit of time, and in 3 years, she'll be a homeowner, which is the kind of wealth equity that moves women forward out of poverty for good. And we're preparing to do that for a second time in June of this year for a second-year member who will be preparing to graduate and her young son.
Okay, very good. And the last question, I do see that you say, I was interested in the resale of the products. So you do have retail stores. I was wondering, do you do pop-ups, or these go market directly to the retail stores?
So both. We have pop-ups we attend pop-ups throughout the city. We also have a website where people can shop online. But one of our primary drivers this year is to really expand our story by getting our products into more stores so that people from Birmingham can see our products, read about the story, share it more widely, and buy the items that we're selling, like my earrings, for instance, that I have on today.
Thank you. And I know Councilor Tate is going to follow up with her same statement, but I want to say lead into what you're saying, because I would love to know more about this and help to promote this to residents that, may be affected by this in the district. So thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Abbott?
Yes, I would like to know how you select the 5 women, and also where to drop off all this number 5 plastic. I'm excited that you're actually doing something with it, because I have saved bags of it that I don't know what to do with. So like my house will get smaller when I finally find a home for it. So how do you select the 5 ladies?
So we have a process that it can start in a couple of different ways. Sometimes we meet the women who come into our program because they have come to us for a renewed identity document. If I might, Michelle, you'll wave your hand. Michelle's about to be a second-year member of our team. She is awesome, vivacious, and amazing. And the first thing that she came to us for was a birth certificate, because you can't do anything without those documents. We met her there and brought her through the interview process. And one of the things that we tell all the women who are interviewing is you've got to be willing, open, and honest, because that's what we're going to be with you. It's not an easy program. Women are taking on their mental health. They are working. They are saving money. They're doing budgets with us every month. In some cases, they're in recovery. So it is really a huge growth curve for anyone who is coming from survival mode and doing this work. So we're very careful to be really upfront first about what our expectations are, as well as the love and compassion that we'll offer. And then to answer your second question, Councilor Abbott, I'm so glad you're a recycler. And yes, you can bring your number 5 plastics to us at Community on the Rise each Monday and Thursday between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. We're not big enough yet to have bins out and about. Hopefully that comes with scaling our organization, but anyone can drop off between those hours. And by the way, you can take a tour while you're there and see the machines and see our products and learn more about how we do what we do.
Okay, Monday and Thursday between 9 and
10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Oh, 10 and 2.
Oh, I should add one more thing. Beyond the ID clinic as a place to find women, we also partner with shelters. So Pathways, First Light, Jesse's Place, many of the places around town where women are staying in an emergency situation might be places that we hear from saying they have a candidate, or we may call and ask if they have a candidate when the program is open.
And Community on the Rise is located where?
We're on 2nd Avenue North. We're on the back side of the Church of the Reconciler building, across from Edwards Chevrolet, near Innovation Depot.
Okay, Church of the Reconcilers backside.
2nd Avenue side, technically. Next to where Redemptive Cycle is or was.
Okay. And which item are y'all on our agenda for today?
I think our number 49A,
Okay.
under old and new business.
We got left off unintentionally.
49A, yeah.
So you're left off. Breakthrough was left off. Who else was left off? You
Well,
don't
breakthrough
know.
wasn't, it was, which one was that we added? Be Kind was another, it was yes, it was breakthrough, yes, not Be Kind.
I think it might have been easier if these were actually done in the order they were on our agenda.
Yeah, that's okay.
Maybe for next time, but thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
I'm coming to see you.
Wonderful. We'll be excited to have you.
Okay, Councilor Tate.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, I just want to thank you for your service and serving the unhoused population. This kind of reminds me of a lady by the name of Susan Burton. When you get a chance, look her up, A New Way of Life. She is one of my national partners that does a lot of work around reentry, women and girls that's formerly incarcerated. She's formerly incarcerated. When we see the high-rise number of females that are getting, incarcerated and being released back into, back into the communities, they often don't have anywhere to stay or don't have IDs or the things they need to succeed. So I'm excited to see the expansion of this program. I did hear you say partnership. We have the luxury of working with Urban Alchemy, also with Dr. Megan Venable Thomas and Corey Stallworth, that team that's doing their work. And just, how do we intersect the partnerships where we continue to help those that are unhoused. And then of course, the Salvation Army Command Center, the Center of Hope. So super excited to, to see this, and especially the home ownership portion of this is just important. When you see the number of unhoused individuals, often you see people on, panhandling, and now, you see the federal government is criminalizing people because they don't have anywhere to live. So I just think this is a great opportunity, a beautiful program. When you get an opportunity, please look up Susan Burton. She's created just these robust housing, for people that are formerly incarcerated. And I know a lot of the women and most of the sisters that I do know, they have housing in all throughout the United States. I can think about my good friend Pamela Wynn over in Georgia, Restore Her, who does a lot of work around, women as well. So be glad to share that information with you. My question is just still the same all across the board, just making sure that we get a good communication plan with the members of the council so we can elevate what you all are doing to people in the district.
Yes, well, I would, first of all, I always am looking for new mentors, so I'm glad to know about Susan. Becca Stevens in Nashville, Tennessee does similar work as well, another great mentor of mine. And yes, I want to communicate all the things. Communication is my background. I think it's super important that we all be connected and understanding what's going on and where it's going on. I'd love to invite all 9 of you to Community on the Rise and give you sort of a tour and an update from survivors of what we're doing along the way so that you know what to share as well, and in any other capacity that I can be helpful about communication. I want to do it. I'm excited.
I was very, very excited to hear you say that you take on, the women into the house where they don't have to pay any money.
Right.
Because I'm not a fan of transitional housing at all. Because what I see, it becomes a hustle for people that's trying to make money off people that are, just as impacted, or people that's, unhoused, and they want people to go out and get a job and pay me in 30 days. And Susan has created a safe, housing. I was one of the first 12 people to take her training. And so I was very impressed what she's done out in that California area. She's written a book, Becoming Mrs. Burton, and she also was champion to help a lady by the name of Geneva Cooley be released from the Alabama Department of Corrections, who was serving a life sentence. And so just does some good work. So I would be glad to introduce you to Susan. And I think she would love what you're doing. I think most people should learn a lesson from what you're doing when it comes to helping and healing. And even with the restorative piece, I have a lot of restorative justice partners also that are right here in Birmingham. I talk about that all the time. It is super important that we focus on healing and trauma and getting people to talk about that, to start that healing process and that healing journey.
It is so true. In fact, I'm just back fresh from an airplane where I was at a retreat on mental wellness and training and for trauma-informed care in the workspace, which is a really important piece of what we do. We know that everyone who comes in our door has experienced deep trauma.
Thank you. And Michelle, congratulations. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, any additional questions? All right, is there a motion?
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, the item is passed, thank you.
So much.
Next organization,
We're going to go to number 33.
okay.
This is the Creed Foundation. Their bold objectives are small businesses, workforce development, as well as eliminating barriers. Creed Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to expanding economic opportunity in Birmingham's historic civil rights district. The programming for funding from this year will help historically underserved and small business owners through a program called PACE. It's a 16-week business development curriculum that closes critical gaps in financial literacy, credit readiness, legal compliance, and operational capacity through group instruction and also one-on-one mentorship. And we have Danielle Hines and Jordan, come on up.
Good afternoon. My name is Danielle Hines. I'm the Executive Director of the Creed Foundation.
Okay, is there any additional information you would like us to know?
Absolutely, I'd be delighted to. So this will be our 4th cohort starting in January. In 1 year, we went through 3 cohorts, 25 businesses per cohort with a total of 75 businesses. In 1 year, I am happy to share that our participants increased business revenue from $679,000 to $972,000 in just 16 weeks over the 2 cohorts that we had. So we know next year, over the course of the year, the next 75 businesses will do even better. Just a little bit about the program. They get one-on-one accounting support, and anybody that knows anything about business and some of the pain points and pressure points for small businesses, it's always accounting assistance that's needed and legal assistance. And this program tackles that. So this is a 16-week program that they come to class every Tuesday night. They have a graduation, which you guys will be invited to. And they get one-on-one accounting support from actual accountants that have their own accounting firms. And they get free QuickBooks. So we are giving them a ton of resources to be able to grow and scale. And what we see happening is that we get a variety of businesses. We have people who, they might be in business or have a hobby that now they can actually turn into a viable business. But now we're actually able to help people grow so they can employ themselves, right, and pay themselves, and then also employ other people and create sustainability. Also, succession planning is something that we talk about because not everybody, everybody has different goals for their business. So we just make sure that we give them all the tools that they need over these 16 weeks, and they're prepared to continue doing business, grow their business, and create a model for succession.
Awesome, okay. Counselor Abbott?
Yeah, I don't think I have any questions.
Okay, wow. Madam Pro Tem?
No, thank you. I do look forward to the additional results that we're seeing and the growing number of cohorts that you will have. And I did just have one question, and clear up something for me. It's not necessarily to bring businesses to the Civil Rights District. Is it primarily for that, or is it just to take these small businesses and I'm going to call them legacy type business owners? Is it trying to promote business in that one area or just to help them overall?
Overall, thank you for that question. Yes, so it's overall, and I text one of the participants, asked her, can I tell them that you guys went through our program? But actually, someone who did put in for Bolt, she went through PACE as well. So it's for everyone that is within Birmingham City.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the work you're doing. Thank you.
Okay, Counselor Tate?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Danielle, for the work that you're doing. And then my question still remains the same. Just when you get ready to start the entrepreneurship, just please let us know. Do you have any plans for young entrepreneurs?
Absolutely. So because we created this program, we own it, so we can digitize it and we can take it into any organization that wants to be a part of expanding the program. In fact, some of the other participants that have presented for BOLD, we would love to be able to help them as well with what they're doing and to offer it to a lot of their organizations.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I don't have any additional questions. All right, is there a motion? All in favor, say aye. Aye, the item has passed. Thank you. Next item.
This is item number 32. This is Forge Forward. Their objective is workforce development. Forge is a co-working space and small business hub located in downtown Birmingham. And since 2017, Forge has supported hundreds of entrepreneurs by providing affordable, flexible workspace, meaningful community, and opportunities for connection and growth. With this funding, Forge is going to run a 12-week accelerator program that will guide more established small businesses in early-stage profitability through operational and strategic growth using principles based on the principles from the book called Traction. Kim Forge is the CEO and founder. Her daughter had emergency this morning, so I told her that was the most important. But we do have Brock, and his last name is B something, Brock B. So come on up, Brock B. He'll tell you his last name. I'm going to butcher it, and I don't want to.
Good evening, Councilor. Brock Beyersdorfer.
Okay, is there any additional information we need to know?
So my wife and I own the Heavenly Donut Company here in town. We've had that for about 13 years. And the book Traction that she was talking about and the disciplines and accountability that's in there is what we used in our business to take my wife and I from working about 140 hours a week to about 10 to 15, which allows us just to back up and focus on more growth rather than working in the day-to-day.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem.
No question.
Counselor Abbott.
Okay, so this is for established businesses that need help, where the owners maybe are spending too many hours just trying to keep it going to pay attention to all the important stuff.
Right, so most business owners struggle with, 400 things at a time. And so what do we really need to focus on to help the business grow, to get this right structure, to get the processes documented, to get the right people? And so most smaller business owners just can't afford to have help come in. And as she mentioned at the Forge, the co-working space just allows for a community. It can be a very lonely road when you feel like it's all on your shoulders and you don't know where to go or who to talk to or have any community in that.
Thank you.
Counselor Tate.
Same question, just when you implement the 12-week accelerator program, please share the information with the council.
So over the 12 weeks, we go over very specific disciplines, so we help them understand what does it mean to hit the ceiling as a business owner? How do you break through it? What leadership abilities do you need to focus on mastering? We talk about creating a scorecard, about creating 90-day priorities. We talk about how do you have an effective, productive weekly meeting so that things actually get done and issues get solved and business moves forward. We help them establish their core values, their core focus, their 10-year target, their 3-year picture, their marketing strategy, what's their one-year plan, what are those 90-day goals, and just get a list of issues of all the things that are standing in their way.
Okay. So when will the 12 weeks start? You got a time?
We were hoping the first of
Target
the
date?
year. First of the year is the
Okay,
target.
yeah, just
And
when
then after that 12-week period, we'll continue to meet quarterly through the rest of
Okay.
the year to make sure that they have some accountability and continue coaching.
So just please let us know so we can make sure we distribute that information throughout our districts. Thank you.
Okay. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The item has passed. Thank you.
We're going to move to item 31, Hope Inspired Ministries. Their bold objectives are workforce development and eliminating barriers. So Hope Inspired Ministries, or HIM, equips unemployed and underemployed Birmingham residents with the skills and support needed to secure and sustain employment. Through this bold funding program, HIM will serve 85 participants with wraparound support, including life coaching, case management, transportation, obtaining a valid ID, and counseling. And they'll also earn industry-recognized credentials, complete internships with local employers, and also receive 12 months of post-graduation support to ensure job placement and retention. And I'm going to bring up John Bowman.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is John Bowman, Executive Director of Hope Inspired Ministries.
Okay. Is there any additional information we need to know?
Yes, ma'am. We do workforce development with a heavy dose of social work. So we help unemployed individuals obtain, maintain, and excel at employment. So we do it through a kind of a 3-step process: recruit, train, and employ. So we don't have individuals knocking down our door saying they need help. We go out in the community and meet them where they are, both mentally as well as physically. We do that in mailers within these areas that we're talking about serving. We go and walk the community, talking to individuals, really explaining their worth, explaining that they have a high calling on their life, and just let them see what we see. Then we bring them into the program, and that's the training piece. And there's really 3 different things that we do. We provide accountability in their lives. A lot of our students are coming from broken backgrounds, from addiction issues, incarceration, which is one of the areas we recruit in. But we're working on those individual barriers in their life, whether it's transportation, housing, medical needs, identification, getting those things all while teaching them valuable workforce skills. We partner with Lawson Community College, teaching the ACE, Alabama Career Essentials, which they'll all receive through the program. And then the end piece is employ. Our end goal is they're self-sufficient, so we're putting them on jobs. And then at the end of our class, which we will do 6 classes next year, and it's 9-week-long classes, we do a cap and gown graduation, which is actually this Thursday, and I invite all y'all to come out too. It's going to be at Woodland Church of Christ at 6 p.m. And you'll see our current class be graduating, and each one of them share their story of where they came from, but also where they are now. And then also, I heard Councilman Tate talk about, but our next class is starting tomorrow. So if you know anyone within your districts that needs help finding employment, we want to put them in this class.
Okay. Awesome. Councilor Abbott.
Yeah, so do you think that this will help with our homeless population?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Yeah, because we desperately need help with our homeless population.
Yes, ma'am. And we go out and recruit those individuals. There's several barriers in their life, as you can imagine, from no identification, no home, no transportation, a lot of medical needs within there that, as we go and recruit them, they say, well, I can't because, and we say, well, we'll take care of that. And then they'll say, well, I can't because, and we say, we'll take care of that too.
Well, I've heard a lot of those, I can't because. I can't because I have 2 dogs. I can't because I have all this junk. And it's like, how do you get past all of the excuses of why you can't get out of the mess you're in? But your program sounds so good.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
mean, it just sounds wonderful, and it's like soup to nuts. You've got it all.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it does create an impact. I've heard I retired from Montgomery Police Department, but there's an impact on the community when you reach in and you repair a broken life, because there's a lot that surrounds that broken life. An unemployed individual costs about $35,000. That's from medical issues to unemployment issues to incarceration issues. So to go in and take that individual and put them back in the workforce to where they're making $30,000 or $35,000, that's about a $70,000 impact per person, because it's not costing the city and they're now working.
Yeah, just ask UAB Hospital.
Yes.
There are just so many impacts that most of us don't think about until you start looking into it. So I think this program just sounds fantastic.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you.
Okay, Madam President?
Yes. Thank you very much. I'm also excited about this program. I did have a question. I may not have been listening as I should have. How do people get referred to you, or how would I know that this program exists?
We do rely heavily on churches, whether it be food, where they're giving out food. Those individuals are typically need us. We partner with other nonprofits so that they can refer them to us.
Okay.
But then we also go out in the community in those areas to get referrals. We've received some from the police department sent to us. So we will recruit students wherever and whenever. We'd love to have this council send some to us as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, Councilor Tate?
Same question. Just share your information with the 9 of us so we can make sure we get it out to the community. And, like you said, fostering partnerships is so important. I know the mayor, and Chaz may be able to chime in on this, has the Reinjured Coalition. Are they a part of that, Hope Ministries? I think they are.
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Okay. Because you do have a lot of partners there, OAA, Appleseed with Carla Crowder, quite a bit of partners. How do we just continue to foster that and, make sure that people know that that collective group of individuals are, out there. And, just making sure that we, get the information out, because it is a lot of, as Councilor Abbott said, a lot of unhoused people, a lot of system impacted people, that need these resources. And just got a call today, from somebody wanting to know about helping a young man, but he's not system impacted, he's just trying to better his life.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I would be happy to share this information with her to reach out, because he's wanting some more workforce development training as well. So I just think the most important thing for me is we can prevent things from happening to continuing to balloon the criminal legal system. I think the world will be a better place, because when you do have individuals that are coming out of incarceration, or people that are unhoused, there's a lot of trauma there that you have to dive in and do some deep diving and restore the lives of people that have been traumatized.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
super important. It sounds easy, and people need to understand that it's not easy to, trust is a big thing when people are living unhoused. They don't know who to trust. So when you have strange people coming up on you saying, I want to help you, or do you really want to help me? I think that's the question that's at hand. So fostering relationships and building, community trust, and everybody that's here today, making sure that you please get your information to this council so we can build a big coalition of organizations here and a big ecosystem where we are getting this information out, where we can interrupt a lot of the issues that people are having in their lives.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Councilor Abbott?
Well, 2 other things did come to mind. I was listening to NPR today, and they were talking about young people coming out of the foster care system and how so many of them are just totally lost because maybe their experience wasn't so hot, and then they aged out, and then they're just booted out on the street. So I was wondering if you get referrals from the foster care system, if it's that coordinated, and Urban Alchemy, who are our first responders to go and visit with people who are just living on the street or in the bushes or wherever. Like, are you in business now?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Okay, so,
We have received some from the individuals aging out of foster care with, DHR. We have received some of those. I don't recall if we've received any from the group that goes out to those, but love to make contact with them though.
yeah, because as I understand it, they're supposed to be the first point of contact when residents complain about people are living where they're not supposed to be, they're in the park, they're wherever, that Urban Alchemy goes out there to talk to them. Well, if they had something to offer, like you,
Yes, ma'am.
well, gosh, I'd be pretty excited about it. I've never been homeless, but I know that to get out of it seems very appealing to me. And this program, it seems that you touch everything. So that's a good thing. So Urban Alchemy, maybe we need to connect them. And then, since we're hearing all this, wouldn't it be nice for Bold to put out a directory of all the people who've gotten money that are still in business and who the contact folks are, so that if council members run into somebody out there in the world, they can flip through their Bold directory and say, oh, there's a program that might be able to help you, and I can give you contact information. That's not for you, that's for her. So, but to help council members who are out on the street a lot, and we run into people who need help. And all of us do. I mean, we all are out there being encouraged by people to help them. So I just think a directory of Bold recipients would be a very fine thing for council members to have as a resource. Your program being one of them.
Well, I actually want to do a small business guide. I actually tried it a couple of years ago, but I'll be honest, I couldn't get the information to really do
We know
that.
who has the Bold information.
Yeah, but small business in general, because people need a central place to go to find mechanics, like you said, homelessness information, different places. We don't have that now. You kind of have to just know the person, know somebody who knows somebody, so.
And all 9 council members don't need to be making their own directories.
Right.
I mean, that seems hard. So I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to move to item 29, measured access. Their bold objectives are high-growth industries, small businesses, and workforce development. Measured access advances inclusive economic development through capital access, workforce innovation, and community entrepreneurship support. With this bold funding, the Capital Innovation Lab will be launched as an initiative aimed at eliminating barriers, enhancing workforce development, and supporting small businesses. This initiative combines angel investor training, entrepreneurship development for both students and professionals, and a community-wide innovation summit. And I'm going to call up Douglas Watson.
And this is item number 30, correct?
Number 29.
29. Oh, it's number 30 on here.
This is the hub.
Is it not the hub?
Yep.
Okay.
This measured access or?
I have the one from this morning, so I may have the older version.
Okay.
Okay, well, measure access is number, well, can we,
Which way you want to go?
that's fine, we can do measure access. Okay.
So for the record, that's 29, correct?
For
29.
measure access.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oops. Good evening, Douglas Watson, Managing Director for Measured Access.
Okay. Is there any additional information we need to know?
Yeah, so Measured Access kind of stemmed out of my lifelong experience of being around entrepreneurship. So my father was an entrepreneur, so I got a chance to see the barriers that he encountered. And so from early on to really throughout my career, I worked with entrepreneurs throughout my whole career. And the same thing kind of stemmed across the board from capital access, resources, mentorship. And so that's what Measured Access is. Measured Access is an economic development organization that believes that economic development can be done through entrepreneurship. And so we've done programming from a national level, statewide level, and local level as well. And this is just the next iteration of our programming.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem.
Yes, thank you. Similar to when we were talking about providing business owners about trust and how to sustain their business, I'm excited to see the focus on, it's what you call angel investors?
Yes, angel investment.
And how to build your capital assets. I learned about that in a class that I was in with a group of people, and how important that can be to small business owners. So how do you reach these individuals, and how many do you plan to have in this program? How many in your cohort?
The target is to have 15 angel investors from Birmingham. And the way to reach them is like the people that we target are already making investments in certain type of assets. And so, for example, investing in startups, investing in small businesses is similar timeline into investing in real estate. And so it's just a matter of education to educate what the benefits are, how to do it, how to identify strong founders and companies to invest in, and also identify what the risks are, and then help them weigh the risk and rewards of those investments.
Okay, so you're targeting then the angel investors, not necessarily the small business owners, or cut or both?
There's 3 parts to this. One part is the angel investing training.
Okay.
The second part is entrepreneurship training for college students and young professionals. And so my thought process and what I've seen is want to train the next generation of entrepreneurs, whether it's giving them the resources, giving them the training in order to have those skill sets to be an entrepreneur, but those same skills can be transferred to other potential career aspirations as well. And so in training those entrepreneurs, and then ultimately it'll culminate into the Innovation Summit, where we're bringing in the angel investors or entrepreneurs in the community in order to highlight those that went through the program and other entrepreneurs in the ecosystem.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, Councilor Abbott.
Councilor Alexander covered my question.
Councilor Tate.
Just basically, kind of piggyback off what Madam Pro Tem said, how many people do you plan on targeting for the entrepreneurship training?
20, so 20 individuals.
So when do you have a timeline or initiated date when you're going to start doing a call?
So official outreach will be Q2 of 2026, but I plan to start before then in order to just do like workshops and informational so I can gather that momentum.
Okay. And again, question is being the same all across the board for everybody. Just please communicate the information to myself and my colleagues so we can make sure that we elevate your profile and what you're trying to do to the community.
Yes, we'll do.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, is there a motion and a second? Second. All in favor say aye. Aye, the aye must pass. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I think Hub is next, right?
Hub disappeared all of a sudden, so give me 1 second. Cool. Okay, I can just read Hub. You want me to do that?
Yeah.
And then get back to it? Okay. And it's right here, so I'm not sure why you're not seeing it. But, yeah. All right. Okay, so Hub Worldwide is a nonprofit that provides a unique and essential service as the only organization in Alabama focused on redistributing life-saving medical supplies and equipment to underserved clinics. With this funding, Hub will provide critical medical supplies and equipment to support 5 ARMS clinic locations and their mobile units serving uninsured and underinsured patients in priority neighborhoods. This initiative includes quarterly trauma training for community members, clinic staff, helping build emergency response capacity in high-need areas.
Good afternoon, Councillor. My name is Sybil Christensen. I'm the board chair of Hub Worldwide.
Okay, is there any additional information we need to?
Sybil Christensen, board chair worldwide.
No. Is there like anything else you want us to know about your organization?
Yes, absolutely. We're a very unique organization. First and foremost, I want to tell you, as you know, that there's a lot of people who have difficulty accessing healthcare in particularly the less privileged area of Alabama. And we are working with several organizations to help us distribute medical supplies. So what we're doing is we get medical supplies that are discarded by hospitals. They have a lot of surplus that they just don't use. So we access it and they throw it away usually. So we actually access, we talk to them and we obtain all of the supplies that are thrown away, but they're not good. They're fine, you know what I'm saying? They're just, for whatever reason in the hospital, they really have a lot of waste. And there's a lot of clinics all around the state that have very little access to all those supplies. So we started really redistributing, and we go and we've worked in the Black Belt, and we've really discussed with people, and we go to each clinic, assess the need, and we provide whatever equipment they need for helping them, supplies and things like that. In this particular grant, we're working in Birmingham area. We have our Adopt a Clinic program, and we're incorporating 5 clinics from the Alabama Medical Regional System. And we're very excited because not only do we do usually training, so we train the staff member to use the equipment that they may or may not know how to use. That's part of our service, usual service. But we also are starting a new community training program for gunshot wound mostly, but it's a trauma training, a basic trauma training. We're thinking it's very important to start working more at the community level as well. Most of our work has been done just at the clinic, but it is important, for example, in area where there's a lot of gunshot wound, that people are able to manage and control the bleeding, for example, before being able to go to the clinic. And that the clinic has the supplies to take care of that gunshot wound.
Okay.
Sorry.
Councilor Abbott?
Yeah, I wanted to know what ARMS clinics are. What does ARMS stand for?
They're the Alabama Regional Medical Services.
Oh, okay. So this is equipment and supplies that hospitals have declared surplus, and they would normally just send it to the landfill?
So we store it. We have a big initiative where we have a warehouse, and we go regularly to all the hospitals and collect surplus. And so we have a warehouse with a catalog, and then we turn around and go to the clinics, and then they tell us, okay, we need X, Y, Z. We go to our warehouse, and we go, okay, we have maybe not X, but we have Y and Z. Here you go. And if we can't find X, then we turn around and try to find X.
That's great.
Thank you.
I mean, knowing
Our executive director takes all the credit for this work. I'm only a board member.
Well, to me, this is an excellent service because it keeps stuff out of the landfill that is perfectly good, but they throw away for whatever reason. They don't want it anymore.
There's a lot of waste in hospitals, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem?
Thank you. Another great program. I just had a question.
Sure.
How do you maintain like the life cycle of these equipment or these supplies, or do you have some type of quality control method that you're using for those?
Yes, we do go visit. So every time we have a clinic that comes into our Adopt a Clinic, we do regular visits and, go check. Medical equipment does break down at some point, and supplies, you use them and they're gone. So once the clinics are into our program, we try to help them refill what they need when they don't have it. We also provide a training program, as I was mentioning, because basic maintenance of some of that equipment, that's not for the supplies, but some basic equipment can be fixed up. At many regions of the world, we fix up a lot of things before throwing it away. It's possible to do that, and it's not really done very much in the
Well,
medical
we're
world.
Americans, we like to throw
I'm
things
an American
away.
too now, but I will tell you, in many areas, we can do that.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, my only question.
Counselor Tate?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just, I did hear you say that you guys offer the community training.
Yes.
So it's like the Stop the Bleed training.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, just, again, just if you, when you do that, get the information to us so we can help distribute it.
Yes, ma'am,
You know, that-
absolutely.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Thank you.
Thank you, councilors.
I gotta move to item 28, Flourish, Alabama. Their role objective is workforce development as well as creative placemaking. Founded in 2019, Flourish, Alabama is a 501c3 nonprofit based in Birmingham, Alabama, with a focus on arts education and community development through creative placemaking initiatives. Through these funds, they're going to transform Inslee into a thriving arts district by leveraging public art, cultural programming, and community-driven design planning to create over 50 jobs and provide workforce development for more than 140 local students from Birmingham City Schools. And I'm going to invite Jermon up, who's behind me.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jamon Hill. I'm the Executive Director of the Flourish, Alabama.
Okay. Well, I think most of us know who you are, but is there anything else we need to know?
This year, I'm just really excited. This is our second opportunity with the Bold Grant, and over this past year, we've really been able to do some incredible things in Inslee. One of my biggest things that we've been proud of is we have an event there that's called Vibe Tribe. It's ran by Grammy Award-winning producer Luke Crowder. And the first couple of years, they were doing that entirely volunteer funded. And this year, thanks to the Bold Grant, we were able to pay every single artist who came through, showcase their work, including the people who organized that event, and help them to get a grant from the Alabama State Council on the Arts. And actually brought them in to apply for another grant from the State Council on the Arts. So that was a really cool success story, as well as one of the artists that we work with, Timothy Kwashi, did a showcase of Inslee residents, taking photos from their childhood and building out a gallery. The renovations that we did to make that gallery happen have now led to us getting ready to rent out that space to a few photographers who will be using that space full time. And Timothy actually scored a partnership with the University of Alabama to continue the work on that childhood project gallery. So I'm just really excited to continue doing this work.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, very excited to see the project come before us again and the work that you've done so far. I guess the term starving artist, I'm just happy to see how you all are helping, people to flourish in their skills and their talent by providing them some type of additional aid. Did you tell us, what is your expansion or your growth? You have 50 this time?
Yes, so we're looking to, and when it comes to the creative gig economy, the way it works is every single month we have a number of different jobs that we'll have for artists. And we will actually be exceeding 50 this year in terms of the gig economy jobs that we're creating. We're projecting closer to 90, which is a lot of fun because it's a lot of people reaching out to us. They might have a community event and they might want to work with a few artists to bring out, and thanks to Bold funding, we're able to pay for that artist to come out. And on the workforce development side, one of the things that we require all of our artists to learn is invoicing, is how to fill out a W-9. It just like some of these things that, a lot of times people will think just come second nature, but they've got to be able to figure out how they're going to price themselves. They got to be able to figure out how they're going to build an invoice. They're going to have to be able to sign a contract, and they're going to be able to have a W-9 on file. So that's a big part of what we're doing. And this year we're expanding our Saturday Seeds Artist Development Program. We were able to pilot that this last year and work with 12 artists, 20 artists, all who came through our High Tea series. But they were artists that we had worked with before because we wanted to get some feedback from them in terms of how well is this artist development program working. This year, I'm excited because we'll be opening it up to the public, to any artists who are trying to, build themselves up as artists. And our stage, our high tea stage, has become very sought after. So this is our 4th season of doing high tea, and this will be the first year that we're doing an open call for artists. So we've already had over 30 submissions, and we're looking forward to inviting all of those people to take part in our Saturday Seeds Artist Development cohort as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Counselor Abbott?
So you provide training for people to go from being seat of the pants to being professionals? With the I-9 forms and the contracts and the Birmingham business licenses and all the things that are required to actually do business, you're training them what they need to do to become a professional.
Yes, then that's really the goal, because we want them to be able to operate and move within systems, because it's something that I think we had talked about a little bit in our presentation last year, but a lot of times artists, they just don't know. And they're being taken advantage of in a lot of scenarios or situations where somebody might reach out to them, or they miss out on a ton of opportunities because they don't understand, like, hey, these are different things that you're going to need to have ready to go, because somebody might reach out to you for something, and if you don't already have your price, your contract, like a sample contract already together, or if you're looking to get investment, lots of artists don't understand you can receive investment as an artist, but if you don't have a business plan, somebody might not be willing to invest in you and what you're doing. So we try to teach them all of these steps so that they can be prepared and ready when those opportunities arise, while also creating some of those opportunities for them.
Well, that sounds great, because we have tons of people running around with no business license in Birmingham, just doing business like crazy, and they don't even, I assume they tell the truth when they don't know that, they say they don't know that they have to have one, but artists,
Yeah. And look, that was me at one point. I want to thank Create Birmingham, because it was a few years ago when we figured that out. We were like, oh, to apply for this grant, we need to make sure we have a business license. And then we turned around, and now we're helping other artists to figure out that process and how they can do that as well.
That's good. Just pass it on. Thank you.
Okay, Counselor Tate?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've had the pleasure of working with Jamon before, Councilor Abbott. Such a great young man. He worked with me on the 205 in Park, so.
Yes.
He was behind all of that, production and all, so looking forward to that in the springtime. I think I got some of my colleagues on board, so we don't blow that up 26. But Jamon, good. I thank you for all the hard work that you're doing. I know when we, go to our different places, and a lot of us, go outside of Birmingham, the arts culture is very big in a lot of the the cities, and so we definitely want to see that in Birmingham, because it is, a lot of creatives here. So thank you for what you're doing and working in the schools continuously.
Yes.
So please, again, all my exes, just, get the information to us so we can help, elevate it.
I already reached out to our media team. They're finding all of y'all's emails. I told them we got to make sure that every single event that we do this year, because Councilor Tate said something, and we're not going to be slipping. So expect emails from us for all of the events.
Thank you, Jamon.
I was about to say, you do that already. No, I appreciate you, because last 5 years we've done the Black History Month program for Red Mountain Theater, and I was happy to be a sponsor for your artist showcase. Was it in May? This past May. So I appreciate the work that you do, and there was something. Was I able to go there, or was something else you did?
Yes, that was the Flourish Fest. That was our student
that was
film.
really nice. I was really, really impressed with that. That was good. It was really good. I appreciate you do that, because you do that for our young artists as well.
Yes,
so when they're kind of lost and trying to figure it out. So I appreciate the work that you do. So, okay. Well, is there a motion in a second?
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The aye must pass. Thank you. Next one.
This is item number 27. So the Link, their bold objective is workforce development. The Link is an entrepreneur and training center founded by the nonprofit The Bridge International. exists to bridge the gap between potential and progress by providing access to entrepreneurship training, workforce development, and educational resources. With this funding, the link will use virtual reality to equip participants with practical skills and training that lead to entry-level positions or enhance their skills in high-demand trades such as HVAC, electrical work, building maintenance, plumbing, and related fields. And I will call up D. Funby.
Okay. Which number is this?
27.
It says the Bridge International.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dee Funby, and I am the program coordinator.
Okay, so that's wrong. It's,
The Bridge International, they're doing business as the link. What, sorry? So the Bridge International, number 27, it's the Bridge International, they're doing business as the link.
okay.
The link Birmingham.
Okay. Is there a reason?
I'm sorry?
Why is it the Bridge International doing business as a link?
The Bridge International, that is our 501c3 organization, and the link is founded by the Bridge.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah, sorry, you can continue.
Oh, okay. So I am Dee Funby, and I'm super excited to be here today. Our goal, well, first of all, let me just tell you a little bit about who we are and how we originated a little bit. So my husband and I, we were just looking for an office space, and we were presented with this building, and once we saw it, which is located next to Huffman Middle School, we started thinking about what we could do in this community. We both have been entrepreneurs on that side of town for as long as I've been in business. And so when we saw the building, we just began to see the future of the community. And so now we have just become like a community resource where people come to us for just about anything, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship and small business. We have turned a 7,000 square feet location. We renovated it, and it is phenomenal. You guys need to go to www.thelinkbham.com, and you will see how we've renovated the entire space. We took money from our own hands, our own blood, sweat, and tears with no backing from the bank, and this is a top-notch facility. And many people, when they come into the link, they always ask us, why would we put something so nice on this side of town? It's because we need it. And so we wanted to expose people to things that are great. So our facility, we have a social lounge, conference room. We're very techy in there. We have video walls. We have a 2,500 square feet space for events. We have co-working space, podcasts. We just have become like a one-stop shop. Some of the things that we have brought to the link, we have done small business resources. I brought in some of our great connections who are 6- and 7-figure business owners, and we hosted events to help other small business owners who are struggling. We just launched it's called the Link Certified Court Approved Courses. So we provide certified court approved courses from anger management to truancy, marijuana education. Just, we have an array of courses. In addition to that, I started the IRS VITA program at the link as well. And so being able to be here to introduce the link workforce development, which will be the skill trade program, we're super excited about this because we're gonna take virtual reality. And so a lot of times, like people, they work like, some people may work 9 to 5. That's when we'll be able to help them with enhancing their skills. And then those individuals who are unemployed, underemployed, who need some type of training, that's what we'll do. We're gonna use virtual reality to teach them the skills that they need to get into construction, HVAC, electrical, and an array of resources. So I can talk on and on about it because I'm really excited.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate your enthusiasm and excitement. It sounds like something you should really be proud of. I was interested, though, with the HVAC, the electrical work, plumbing, those type fields. We know that those are jobs that people can get certified in and really make a very livable wage.
Yes.
So how does your program, is the virtual training and the things that you're doing, is it for those type jobs or is it multiple?
No, it's actually for those particular jobs. So they'll be able to get into the HVAC industry as trade workers. And so in electrical as trade workers, plumbing, and then we create a pipeline for additional schooling like with Jeff State, Lawson State, to determine whether or not they want to continue on with their education. And then also we're creating partnership with employers. And our ultimate goal is to create an apprenticeship program where we will be able to just connect them directly with employers. I've already started doing some of the pre-work, meeting with Jeff State, meeting with Max Transit, due to the various programs that we're going to bring. And we definitely will be bringing on aviation maintenance. And also we're working on bringing the drone certification program. So there's a lot of resources that's in this room, how I just see that we can all come together to make this work.
Very good. And how many do you expect in this cohort? How many people are you trying?
So in this cohort, we will, our target is 80 initially. Yes. So they will receive stackable, yes. And they'll receive stackable certification. So before they can even advance to the next module, they have to be able to prove through virtual reality, using laptops, computers, that they can actually perform the skill. As a matter of fact, I'm in the program right now because I want to just experience what the students will.
Very good. Thank you.
All right, Counselor Abbott?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how this works. I want to be a plumber. So I come to your entity.
Yes.
And I learn how to be a plumber. Let's say they're going to teach me how to install a new toilet. So I learn how to do it virtually. But how do I know if I really know how to do it? Is there any hands-on that's involved in? Well, that's the first question. I mean, how do you know that you really know anything?
So the virtual reality, that is the hands-on part. So just imagine receiving instructions on the screen and it's telling you to put these pipes together. And you literally take your hands and you are putting the pipes together. So instead of having to do like on-the-job training, they will have the training that they need before they graduate. And so like I was explaining with the modules, before they can advance to the next level, they have to be able to prove this skill set. And so with each module, they receive a certification saying that they could do whatever the instructions was for that part. Oh, yeah, so I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with MetaQuest.
I am.
Yes, okay, MetaQuest. So it is going to be used through MetaQuest devices as well.
Okay, so you don't actually ever touch a pipe, you just do it in
Simulation
virtual
style,
reality.
yes.
So if you're not strong enough to do it, is virtual reality going to know?
Oh, yes, it is. This program that we're using has already been used in a variety of places, including Blount County School System, and Birmingham School System has something very similar to it as well. We're just introducing it to adults or those who are uneducated or undereducated, unemployed, to help them with getting some type of training in an industry that they desire, hoping to increase their income, launch into entrepreneurship.
Well, believe me, if you become a plumber, you're going to increase your income.
Yes. That's why we specifically looked into certain industries.
Yeah, this sounds pretty fascinating. We might have to go for a field visit.
We can bring it to you, actually.
Okay. I have some concerns. I hate to say that. Just because, and is this you guys' first year doing this?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I'll say this because I'm a big advocate for the labor unions. And our labor unions already has a school on the east side. And it's really amazing what they do. I think they offer them maybe a wage maybe health insurance, and they actually physically, like, I remember the electrical service, they're actually doing it on like an electrical system because, and I think that's important that you touch it because otherwise, you know, you could get electrocuted if you don't know what you're doing. And just, I just really am concerned. Do you plan on working with the labor unions? Like, how is that gonna work?
Well, part of our proposal is to create partnership. Like I said, our partnership that we've already established is with Jeff State. We have already been doing the pre-work, so they are willing to do the hands-on training part for us. So once our
gotcha.
students graduate, and this is definitely what they would like to do, they will host. And also the, what's the huge organization? They work with Mercedes, Honda, they're everywhere. It's part of like Alabama Career Center Workforce Development. I've already met with them and they're willing to partner with us as well. So we're not out here by ourselves. We know that this will work here in Birmingham because of the partnerships that we're creating. This is something that is needed, and also the curriculum that we're following there, even with Jeff State, our curriculum is very similar as well.
Okay. And so basically they go through the Jeff State courses and they come to you for, I guess, some type of externship? Is that what it is?
No. So they come to us when they're looking to enhance their skills, they're unemployed, underemployed, and they want to get into the trades in which we're offering. And they're able to receive their stackable certification. They can also test for OSHA 10, OSHA 30. So
Okay.
they're standardized tests that we are qualifying them to be able to take as well.
Okay. I just still have concerns just because these are really hands-on fields as well. Because I don't know if, this is me personally, I don't know if I want somebody messing with my HVAC or electrical work and they never physically actually touched it.
You would be surprised as to how many people are using simulation as part of their actual training. This is not new. This is not new. We're just introducing it here. This is something that is successful in a lot of other states and a lot of other cities.
Okay. I would just really, really love, you know, for you to work with the labor unions. Since this is something they've been doing for years, okay? As a part of the BOLD grant application, how often do we fund first-year organizations?
Hey, Corey Hauser, Service Interim Director for the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. We fund a lot of first-year organizations because that's the nature of BOLD. After their second year of being funded and less competitive, so we're trying to really reach out to those neighborhood organizations who are doing the work, and so we always have new first-year organizations in.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Councilor Tate.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Interesting. I kind of got to talk about what Councilor Smitherman said. I want to kind of lean in on. It is a labor union, and we had an opportunity to go visit. It's on East Lake Boulevard, and as she stated, every station has electrical, plumbing, just drywall, HVAC. And I know times are changing, things are changing, the world is changing, and what you're offering is people, like you said, traditional people that work 9 to 5 and wanting probably to enhance their skill set. So basically you're offering more of the theory part of what you're doing, and then the people leave that part and go get this real training.
That's right.
So I would love to see, as she stated, you connect with these labor unions. Like, we really need to be tapping into our labor unions, our labor people here. We have the IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the one out on, on East Lake. If we can kind of, Monique and Coriante, connect her with those, because I'm kind of like you know, when it comes to skill set, you know, you got, you know, I'm not knocking what you're doing. I think it's good what you're doing. I have seen your building. I've seen you on social media, and I've seen, you know, what you did and transformed that space. Beautiful space. I saw you highlighted and saw you got the podcast, beautiful community space. And, you know, what you're doing, I think is super important. But, you know, as she stated, like, the theory part, but then you got to have that classroom hands-on, because, you know, I don't want to see anybody face any type of legality
So,
issues.
If you don't mind if I can say this. So once they graduate from our program, it's not like they're leaving our program and becoming an HVAC technician. Like, they're not leaving our program with their licensing. They're leaving our program as a helper in the industry. So imagine they are working with a certified licensed HVAC technician, and they go and partner or work with them. That's where they get their hands-on training as well.
Because basically, again, you're providing the classroom portion, which is the theory part, and they want to continue and get that certification or, you know, become this HVAC technician or whatever they need to succeed. They really need to be going to like Jeff State or some of these
That's right.
labor unions or people that offer that enhanced robust certification.
That is correct.
Okay, so let's tap into, you know, what my colleague said here, get you the information to, you know, would love you to really, really tap into our labor union. Joe Davis is he often comes to city council meeting. Pretty sure he'll be here tomorrow. And so if we can get Ms. Funby's number to connect her with him, we really would like to see you tap into these labor unions.
That'd be awesome.
Thank you.
That would be
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate, and I think, great information, great advice about tapping into the labor unions and making sure you're in sync with them. I think I heard you said there was some type of collaboration, or you felt you had some
Yes.
emphasis or influence from
Oh,
them?
yes. This is just the beginning. This is just a start. Our goal is to provide them with a skill set, the knowledge to open up a door to further pursue HVAC, plumbing, electrical. You know, oftentimes, like, people, they're interested in these particular fields, but they don't know what it takes to get into it. They actually get to come, they get to experience career exploration as well. Say, hey, this is what it takes. This is what a role, this is what your job is going to look like. This is what it's going to require. And if after graduating, still though, we'll have pipelines for employers, but still, if they feel that they want to move forward with a full career in it, then we will also have that pipeline to offer them some of the other opportunities. And hopefully with y'all connection, that we'll be able to get them fully, you know, connected with other opportunities as well.
Well, I want to thank you, because as a certified trainer, I know that there are different methodologies, different curriculums that can be used to attain that knowledge and that skill set. So I am glad to see you sort of fostering that and opening that. But I too want to be sure that we are supporting a program that's going to lead to certification.
Oh,
or
absolutely.
lead to gainful employment.
Yes,
So I just want to be
absolutely.
sure.
Yes, that's why we're here, and we're just super excited to watch. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you guys how this is gonna work,
Perfect.
and
We believe.
the number of people that we help to get employed, get further educated. Imagine, just like you were saying, people who are entering into just the workforce again, entering into the real world, like how we'll be able to provide them with an opportunity to explore various careers, those coming out of foster care. So it's so many ways. It's an opportunity to another opportunity.
And Madam Chair, one more quick question for Ms. Funby. When is your target date of starting?
Well, our target date is based upon,
So the performance period is January the 6th and January the 7th.
Okay.
Of 2026.
Okay. So, you know, my question has been the same all across the board. Just get the information so we can help highlight, you know, what you're doing. And again, I think it's a great thing what you're doing, because people have to work. And, you know, those that are underemployed, those that may be employed, enhancing their skill set, may want to, you know, do something to gain more income. So definitely want to connect you with, you know, our labor workforce and the labor unions. So, you know, that you can tap into what they're doing as well.
We would love to.
Yeah, because they have like this setup, like, I mean, like you probably just need to go by and visit and,
I will.
foster this partnership. Thank you, dear.
Okay, thank you. It's
I just wanted to add, I'm sure Ms. Fahmy can appreciate this. We did some similar question and answers on the reporting and metrics, and so very similar to what we had done and really Mo did to make sure that at the end of the 12 months, that the impact is really there. And so that's why she's able to answer a lot of those questions, because we went through a lot of that before we got here today to make sure that it was there. But I will say they do report once a quarter from the entire year, and part of that is it's not a generic reporting, it's reporting by the program. So all 13 of these programs will have different reportings based on their impact, and that's how we start to really look at whether they're successful or not. So she's gone through some of this scrutiny with us on the program to make sure in 12 months that we actually have a program that's effective and people get into jobs.
awesome, okay. Yes,
One more question, Ms. Fumby. How are, you know, like, when you get ready to launch this and recruit the people, I know, what are, you know, will it be in the stipulations, like you telling people, hey, you can't miss 2 classes, you miss 3 classes, like you gonna be, because I think that the goal is not to waste your time and that people not, their time not to be wasted, and you just have to put these parameters in for people that are really serious about, you know, taking their careers to the next level. So like, the requirements to get in, if you, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some things they're saying, if you miss X, Y, Z of classes, you're gonna be dismissed or, you know, with good reasons.
Yes, so we will have syllabus, we'll have stipulations, enrollment, rules and regulations. What you guys don't know, since 2016, I've been running an approved IRS school where we provide continuing education credits with the IRS first independently Black-owned school here in Alabama. And so when it comes to education and curriculum and structure, I'm your girl. I come from a background in education from trade school, so I'm using my experience. I've been an entrepreneur for over a decade full-time, and I'm also in real estate, residential, and construction, so I'm using all of that plus my husband's skill set as well, and I promise you, this will be a program you would not be disappointed by.
I believe you.
any additional questions? All right, is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor say aye. Aye, that aye must pass, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Next.
We're going to move to item 26, the Post Finders LLC. Their bold objective is eliminating barriers. Post Finders is a woman-owned health education business committed to improving cardiac health outcomes and emergency preparedness through accessible CPR, AED training and certification. Through the bold funding, they'll be used to implement a comprehensive community-centered emergency response training program to improve cardiac arrest survival rates, reduce health disparities, and create pathways to workforce development. And I'll call up the CEO and founder, Carolyn Etheridge.
Good evening. I'm Carolyn Etheridge, the founder and CEO of the Post Finders.
Okay, is there any additional information we need to know?
Yes, other than me being excited to be here. We are definitely looking forward and also excited to expand what we're currently doing in our communities and scaling up throughout our under-reserved areas, reaching more of our youth and individuals in the housing authority areas, partnering with churches, organizations in our school systems, offering tools and resources and the skill set to teach our communities how to respond in the event of an emergency when it comes down to bystander CPR, but also adding in an additional pieces with the opioid, the Narcan opioid overdose awareness training, as well as the Stop the Bleed training. These 2-year certifications via American Heart Association also will offer our students the workforce development piece. Some of our students in our high schools have moved forward through good jobs, and they've been able to graduate with their first certification, whether they want to be a trainer, a babysitter, a lifeguard, but also definitely if they're going on to school in healthcare organizations or healthcare fields, this is the first step that is a requirement even to be included with their application that will help them move forward in the healthcare the healthcare arena as well, the healthcare development.
Okay. Counselor Abbott?
I don't really have any questions because I mean, I know that there are people who need to learn CPR and I need to learn how to operate an AED machine. They're mounted on the walls all over the place, but if a person fell out right in front of the machine, how many of us would know what to do with it? They say that it's self-explanatory, but is that true?
It is. AED stands for Automated External Defibrillator. So once you turn it on, it will automatically tell you what to do. And I get that commonly with a lot of coaches. You'll be surprised how many coaches at the high schools hold the key to the AED, but they're afraid to use it or don't know how, and to come to me with training. I partner with a lot of churches on assisting them in purchasing AEDs as well. But yes, it's very easy, but I say that. But a part of this training is to not only give them the skill set, but teach these individuals, helping them build confidence and to be able to respond and also lead their communities, because we do see where they can be trained, they can be certified, but how many of us are really, like you said, going to step up to the plate and say, okay, this person in my community have a cardiac arrest, I'm going to respond with CPR. This person just OD'd, I'm going to take this Narcan and insert this and utilize that, you know. But I'm hoping that we continue to see a positive outcome in the training, the high quality training that I provide through Pulse Founders, and building that confidence in a much more broadness of our communities.
So where will you be providing the training? Like where will they come to your place? Will you go to their place?
I'll go to them. I am mobile. I do have the opportunity down at my location at Creed, as well as borrowing space at the Salvation Army. But a lot of the individuals that will be participating, I will be mobile and community transporting all of the equipment and everything to them at their locations, at the community centers within the housing authorities. We will be utilizing McAlpine Recreation Center, Seventh-day Adventist Church, as well as our kickoff with Carver High School, their health science, their high school seniors in their health science department. So I'll be transporting everything to them.
And this is limited to North Birmingham, Smithfield, Inslee, and Woodlawn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam Pro Tem? No questions. Counselor Tate?
Questions, just, again, get the information out, because you did mention Carver High School, which is a school in my district, and McAlpine, which is also in my district. So when you get ready to blossom in these areas, let me know so I can get the information. And just come in and check it out. So I'm like Counselor Abbott, need to probably redo my CPR training and learn how to do the AED machine as well.
Come on down and get trained.
I will.
The Pulse Founders way.
Pulse Founders way, like that tea.
Okay.
No more precardial thump.
Right, okay. Well, is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The item is passed. Thank you. Then I think we're to our last one.
Yes, this is number 25. So Unitability's bold objective is workforce development. Unitability has been a nonprofit around since 1948, founded by a group of compassionate citizens in Birmingham to provide services to individuals with disabilities. These funds will be utilized to support their pre-apprenticeship training initiative, which aims to foster employer partnerships in the manufacturing sector. This initiative will develop pre-apprentice work sites that adhere to the national apprenticeship standards, while also equipping youth with disabilities with competitive and also marketable skills.
Okay.
I will bring up, there she goes.
Also, if we've already approved your item, you can go home, by the way.
I wondered why they were all staying.
I did too.
It was so fascinating.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Can you state your name?
Hey there, my name is Katie Dumas. I'm the Director of Employment Services.
Oh. CPR.
Oh, my. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I am the Director of Employment Services at Unitability. My name is Katie Dumas.
Okay. Is there any additional information we need to know?
Yes, so United Ability, our employment program, serve over 1,100 students and adults with disabilities a year, where we're preparing them and training them for the workforce. Our pre-apprenticeship program is in its first year. It is the first pre-apprenticeship program in the state of Alabama, specifically designed to support and train individuals with disabilities. In the first 9 months, we had 18 credentials earned. All 12 of our participants have graduated, 80% are employed, and 20% of those are still in high school. So participants earn their OSHA 10 certifications through Jeff State. We also allow them the opportunity to get forklift certified if that is something that they're interested in and appropriate for. And they all go through the Alabama Career Essentials program as well, so they can leave the program with up to 4 college credits. The students gain 126 hours of work-based learning on site at Motion Industries, and we're expanding our partnership out to Buffalo Rock as well. And then the other hours that they get are the in-class sessions where they're learning those soft skills and essential skills to be able to maintain a job. So historically, individuals with disabilities have not had the opportunity to have what a leg up as their other peers would have in the industry. This program is offering them that opportunity, while we're also allowing them all of the hours that they get in this program translate over into a registered apprenticeship, so they are entering at a higher level than someone who did not go through this program. We partnered with the Alabama Office of Apprenticeship and the Alabama Community College System to create this program to ensure that all of the standards are being met for a registered apprenticeship as well.
Okay, very good. Counselor Abbott?
Okay, so what age groups? Is this all age groups, or is this focused on young people, or?
We serve ages 16 to 24 years old in this program, so students that are still in school as well as out-of-school youth.
Okay, 16 to 24.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you find your people for the program?
Sure.
Are they referred from someone else, like the school system? Or?
So we partner with all of the Birmingham City schools. We're actually in around 38 schools in the greater Birmingham area that we serve. So we do get referrals directly from the school systems. We also are partly funded by the Alabama Department of Rehab Services. So we partner with them for referrals and placements as well.
Thank you.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem.
Well, last but not least, I'm just so excited to see this particular program. I have to tell you, due diligence, the group is headquartered in District 7. Okay. So very excited for the work that you all do. I've been over there. Thank you, Susan. Been over there multiple times to see and met you as well, the programs that you have. So I'm glad to see this component as part of what you do. I just can't tell you, maybe we just all need to take a road trip and go over there and just see the phenomenal work they do, especially with this particular group, this age group. Very excited to see some of the work that they can do beyond high school and becoming a member of the workforce and being able to make their own funds and support themselves. So very excited for the work that you all do. Now, this one you said, though, would not necessarily be housed at United Ability. You're going to be over in another, what did you say they work?
Yes, so all of our employment programs are in the community.
Okay.
So we don't do anything in our employment programs on our campus. So this program specifically, we are at Motion Industries, which is in Irondale, and then we're expanding out to Buffalo Rock, which is right down the road from us.
Another D7.
And you'll be happy to know also we had 4 Winona graduates from our program that are all working now.
Wonderful, wonderful. And this I really want to talk to you all later. We built a workforce development pipeline with Buffalo Rock and Lawson State. So it's like you're starting the same thing, but this funding will help support that. So that type of program, we've seen it work before, but now with this particular cohort, this will be even better. So thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Counselor Tate.
I'm happy for Madam Pro Tem, but thank you for the work that you're doing and tapping into, young people with disabilities, there's people that often feel like they left behind, and, you know, pouring into them and, you know, making them feel belong and showing them a way, you know, that they are part, you know, of the workforce and the community. So this is great. So congratulations, Madam Pro Tem.
Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor say aye. Aye, the item is passed. Thank you. Thank you, Coriate and Mo.
Just wanted to let you guys know that we will send you the impact reports so that you have those in your inbox.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, well, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Item number 36. This is where Bird Stop to provide the city police department with a drone pilot program that will assist officers in responding to calls for a trial period of 4 months at no cost to the city. Okay, is there, all right, Chief? Oh, nothing. Hi.
Good evening.
Evening. Can you tell us, give us a little bit more information on this? Is there anything else we need to know? No.
So essentially, I'll give a little bit of clarity as it relates to what you all discussed earlier versus this company. So we're hopeful that this company is able to do a full integration with our ShotSpotter. So that's something that's actually different. This is a trial run. That'll be roughly around 4 months to see how the integration works, and it'll be good. It'll be a good comparison as well to the above approved company. I'm hopeful that it'll be approved. But we have a little bit more familiarity with Skyfire from earlier, as we have Huntsville PD that we've been in communication with, as well as Atlanta PD that have experience with that company, Bird Stop. We've never, we don't have anyone to reference that have used Bird Stop. So as a point of reference, so it's a trial run to see how this company works, see how their drone performs, and then also see if they can do a full integration with ShotSpotter. So just a trial run to see how things go, and if things go well, we'll look deeper into it and try to find some more funding.
Okay, perfect. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes. Thank you. I'm so glad to see this because recently we met the Alabama League of Municipalities. We had meetings with creating the legislative agenda that they were going to present. And one of the things we actually had officers or administrators from Huntsville PD that talked about this type of technology and what it could do to sort of bring us into this next generation of surveillance and being able to talk to each other and respond quicker. So my question though for this, so with this resolution, we would be authorizing the use of the pilot program. Is there cost involved?
No, it's no cost. It's just a pilot just to see if we want to use it for future
Okay,
use.
thank you. Glad to see you doing this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Council Abbott?
Is there any relationship between the Bird Stop trial and the item 21 Skyfire 16 drones with docks?
No relationship.
They just happen to be drones,
Yes, correct.
so no relationship.
No, ma'am.
So if this trial doesn't end up the way we want, we're still going to have 16 drones with docks out there flying around,
Yes,
catching
ma'am.
people doing bad stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Bird Stop.
Very interesting.
And which cities did you say were already doing it in Alabama? Didn't you mention some?
So Huntsville with the particular company, Skyfire, Huntsville, and then also in Atlanta, they've used, not Bird Stop, but they've used Skyfire. I'm not familiar with with Bird Stop. I believe they've been, with Bird Stop, I believe they've been operating mainly in California. But I don't have any points of reference to, to connect with, to get their shared experience as it relates to experience with this particular company. So we wanted to start with the trial run.
Okay, but Huntsville and Atlanta have similar services there?
Yes, ma'am.
And they have shot spotters too?
No. So we haven't seen a drone company that has integrated with ShotSpotter yet. I believe that Bird Stop will be the first one that's going to attempt to do that, as far as I know.
Oh, okay. Well, I misunderstood. I thought Huntsville and Atlanta had something similar to this.
Well, they have the autonomous drones that they're deploying. They're connected to their CAD system, so their dispatch system. So that's how they're doing it.
Okay. Okay.
Which is still really good. The concept of connecting it with the shot spotter is something that'll be new. It may shave off a couple of seconds for a response time. The time that the dispatchers will be able to push a call out, it'll just automatically be able to push that information to the drone. So, it may save, just depending, anywhere from 5 to maybe 30 seconds. But that could be what makes a difference in you getting, the footage of a vehicle leaving or a person fleeing the scene. So those seconds do matter. So we're looking forward to see just how well it can integrate.
Well, good. Thank you.
Yeah, Counselor Tate, do you have anything? Okay. Well, can I have a motion in a second?
Oh, I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, the item has passed.
All right, thank you so much.
Item number 37, I'm about to say, Judge, you can come on up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Andre Sparks, and I'm honored to serve the city as a presiding judge. And the item before you is a contract. It's a renewal of a contract for an entity we've been working with for a while, Pronto Track. We've utilized electronic monitoring for assistance in jail management for a while. From a judicial standpoint, if you decide somebody is okay to be on EM, you've really decided they need to be held. But are there some extenuating circumstances for which electronic monitoring might benefit them? Job, other responsibilities. And so that's been beneficial to us. The equipment that we're about to get from Pronto Track gives us a couple of other options as well. One, it gives us the ability to do continuous remote alcohol monitoring for people who have DUIs or in our drug court or DUI program. That's been extremely effective when it comes to helping people stop drinking. At least we found while they have it on, it helps them. And sometimes that's the help you need to get to a place that you can manage it. And this one also comes with something that we really haven't utilized before. I'm curious to see how it's going to work. It's geotagging. We can do geofencing with it. And so there may be some areas in the city that we don't want people to go into, maybe on some DV cases or something like that. And I'm curious to see how that pilot comes out when we apply it and we tell them, don't go in this community because she or this other person lives there. So we're interested to see how that happens. For 2 years, and that's what we're trying to do.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem? No questions. Counselor Abbott?
Okay, so what does DM stand for? Did you say something about people who needed DM? Or did I just misunderstand you?
I
thought maybe
I
it
said
meant
EM, electronic monitoring.
Oh, okay.
Electronic monitoring,
And you
I'm
said-
sorry.
And you said the people, I'm sorry, well, I can't hear, so.
I'm sure I
Okay, so-
mumble, my wife tells me that all the time.
I used to tell my husband he mumbled, but I don't think it
She
was
does.
him. I was just blaming him. So you said people with extenuating circumstances like a job?
Yes.
And so if I'm a criminal or I've done something bad, but I have a job, does that get me out of jail?
No, ma'am, but we don't have no bond in municipal court. It's not an option for us in municipal court. But there are some circumstances by which we hold people until their hearing sometimes, depending on the nature of the case. We find that they perhaps are a danger to themselves or the community or perhaps a flight risk. Then we can hold them for an extended period of time. The electronic monitoring equipment gives us another option under those circumstances. So we don't have no bond.
Okay. Okay, and the electronic monitoring, is that 24/7?
Yes, ma'am.
Or do they get to take it off to?
Oh, you can't take it off. That's a violation. That's a violation. So, no, they
Okay,
can't take it off.
Okay, well, I don't have much experience in that field, so I just wondered if you got to take it off to take a shower or something.
Oh, ma'am, it's designed to stay on the entire time.
Okay.
It's an aggravation, but it's better than being in jail.
Yeah, I've been to our
Yeah.
jail. You're right, it is better than being in there. We've all been there, and it's no fun. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Counselor Tate? Okay, I don't have anything. Can we have a, can we
I
have a
move
motion?
approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, the item is passed. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much.
Next is item number 38.
Good evening.
Evening.
Chris Hatcher, I serve as Chief Community Planning in the Mayor's Office. How are you all doing?
Good.
Good, good. Step back.
Can you tell us just a little bit about this item?
Yes, the request is that we're asking you to amend the resolution that was approved on September 9th by council to increase the funding for this SEEDS grant. In our due diligence with the grant application, we uncovered the fact that the Phase 1 and Phase 2 environmental assessments were out of date, which just meant that we were going to have to do it again. Plus, with that being said, we don't know what we're going to uncover once we do those, so we built in 25% contingency. So the increase from the $1 million to the $2 million plus is to account for those additional studies that are required. EDPA is willing to match that grant amount.
Okay. Counselor Abbott?
Yeah, so, excuse me. So we're increasing from a $1 million grant required of the city to a $2 million plus grant by the city. And remind me what the amount, the total amount is?
The total amount is going to be the $4 million of the grant, the city plus the C's grant match is going to be $4,031,250.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And Madam Pro Tem? No question. Counselor Tate? No question. Okay. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, the item has passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we need to bring items 42 and 47 along with 39?
The 39 is being withdrawn, but yes, the other
It's
two.
withdrawn? Okay. I gotta withdraw this one.
But you can call up the other two.
Okay, gotcha. Actually, we can just wait. Can we do 40 and 41 together? Is that related? Okay. Okay, next we'll bring up items 40 and 41. Okay.
Good evening, counselors.
Good evening.
My name is Colin Alexander, and I serve as Program Manager with the Birmingham Department of Transportation. Before you is the ordinance component to a carbon reduction grant that you had previously approved for us to apply for and that we were awarded. So this is just setting up the accounts to accept the federal funds, as well as setting up the account for the local grant match component so we can begin work. This particular project, to refresh our memories, is an upgrade to our signal communication systems. So we'll be upgrading. We have 10 corridors we're targeting. Since we were awarded, we are moving towards trying to implement wireless communication instead of restoring the outdated communication lines. So that may actually extend our budget, so we may be able to get more, but we definitely, the 10 corridors that we had discussed previously.
Okay. Counselor Abbott?
And the 10 corridors,
Sure. University Boulevard between 8th Street and 29th Street.
Well,
Great.
We'll send it back.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll send it back out to you. We
Okay.
sent it
Yeah.
initially during,
Sure.
but we'll
I
send
know,
it back out.
but you know, finding something after
No,
piles
we'll
of
share that
paper.
again. I don't want him to,
Okay.
because he
Okay,
may say the wrong
gotcha.
ones. We'll send it back out.
That's good, because University Boulevard,
Right.
since it was the one
Yeah.
you mentioned, you know, you stop at every single light, whether
There.
you need
Yeah,
to or
we'll
not.
reshare that list.
So that would be nice not to have to do.
All right, okay. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes. Thank you, Mrs. Abbott, for requesting that information. That was going to be the only thing. And I was trying to pull it up, and I know we received it a long time
Yeah,
ago.
we'll send it back out to the council.
Thank you.
Okay. Counselor Tate? Okay. Is there a
I
motion?
move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, those items are passed. Thank you. Next items are 42 and 47.
And this one, again, is another setting up of an ordinance from a grant that we were previously awarded. This one is the Christie Railroad Grant from the Federal Road Administration. So again, setting up the ordinance for the grant funds and then the grant match account. The unique thing here is the city is contributing only $250,000 of the grant match. Norfolk Southern Railroad will be contributing $1.5 million towards that, and the city of Trussville will be contributing $250,000 to that grant match as well.
Perfect. Okay.
So, yeah.
Madam Pro Tem?
I do know when we had opportunity to meet with some of our federal legislators and delegation, questions came up about some of these type grants. So do we think the Christie grant will be impacted at all by some of the changes that we see on the federal level, or?
So far, no.
Okay.
This grant is obligated.
Okay.
So we're moving forward. We have a fully executed agreement and moving towards the procurement stage.
Thank you.
Okay. Counselor Tate? Okay. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is item number 45.
Good afternoon again, Council. Corey Moon. I serve as the Fire Chief of Birmingham Fire Rescue Service. So the item before you is the second and final phase of our door access control systems. You previously approved Phase 1 in 2024, and what these are is systems that go to all of our fire stations and our new public safety facility that will allow us to not use keys, but use our badges and our phones to access the door, the main entry door. So this is just adding additional access control systems to the fire stations.
Okay. All right. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, so this is just 2 fire stations.
This is
Our own
all
facility.
32 fire stations and the new public safety facility on 34 West Oxford.
Of them. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Counselor Abbott?
Well, that answered my question. All 32 fire stations and the headquarters.
The public safety facility on 34 West Oxmoor.
Okay.
Okay. Counselor Tate? Okay. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The item has passed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 46. Oh, Jeff?
Madam Chair, are there any questions about the item?
Can you tell us about the item?
So number one, there is a correction. Thank you for that. There's a correction. The total amount should be $547,619. $547,619.
Okay.
Basically, the city is partnering with the Freshwater Land Trust to continue its work on the Shades Creek Trail. Part of this work will include work on the asphalt trail and expansion of the trail system near Rickwood Field.
And this is one of Council's Hunter Williams ARPA projects.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Counselor Abbott?
Do you happen to know how long the trail will be after we finish this part and connect it to the Irondale Furnace Trail?
I do not. The administration may be able to help with that. I know it's a part of the Red Rock Trail system, but in terms of the actual mileage, I don't know that.
I want to say it's a little under 5 miles, but I could be wrong. I just remember it vaguely moving me with the Freshwater Land Trust consultants and Council Williams. But I will find out and get the details.
Now,
I'm just curious. I mean, it doesn't affect my vote. Because I'm for trails no matter where they go. But I am curious, when we start to really link up with everybody else's trails and you can actually go on a 20 or 30-mile walk or bicycle ride, that's impressive. I can't wait to see us connect the Vulcan Trail with the Red Mountain Park trails. Getting across those railroad tracks is going to be fun.
Okay.
What I can say, Madam Chair, Councilor Abbott, is that Russia Smith from Freshwater Land Trust will be here tomorrow to speak to the item. I just erred with not having them here today, but they'll be here tomorrow for sure.
They'll probably know.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Madam President? No questions. Councilor Tate? Okay, is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor say aye. Aye. The item has passed. And then the last one is under old and new business. This is 49C. Jeff, what is this?
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair. I have an item to share with the council, the committee, excuse me. Quickly, sorry about that. Madam Chair, what you have before you is a request for a budget ordinance from the District 4 office transferring $2,500 to each of the 19 neighborhood associations that are listed for a grand total of $47,500. This was submitted to me today at 12:35-ish by Councilor Moore.
Councilor Abbott?
Thank you. Well, I have a concern about this simply because I've seen it happen before. And the council has been reticent in the past to allow council members at the last, at the 11th hour to transfer all their money, or a lot of their money. I have no idea if this is all the money or not, but right before someone new comes in and then leave the coffers, the cupboard is bare. So I guess my question for Jeff is, does this still leave a lot of funds for the use for the rest of the other half of the year or the other 2/3 of the year? Does this leave other funds in the District 4 pot? Do you know?
The simplest answer to your question, Councilor Abbott, is yes, there is still some funding in the District 4 account.
Well, do you know how much?
I cannot give you the exact amount, but I can say across all accounts, there's probably less than $100,000 available. I guess to the bigger issue, and this may not be the forum, but I think it warrants me mentioning this. Whether it's the counselor in District 4 or a counselor in another district, the council has crossed this path before in my history, and I think you were the president of the council at the time, and you wanted to move forward with a spending policy that in essence, allow for only 1/12 of the budget to be spent in the fourth year of a quadrennium. And that did not move to the satisfaction of your counselors to become a policy of the department. So here we are, at the end of another 4-year term, and counselors are expending funds. Again, whether it's District 4 or another district, other districts are doing similar things, but we don't have a policy in place.
Yeah, well, I knew we didn't get a policy, and that felt bad about that, but, I have the same concern because of the years I've been on the council and the fact that this has been attempted in the past. And, if you're leaving, we don't want the new person to come in with nothing, or with next to nothing, or with, to be hamstrung in this way. So, I'm just afraid, I personally can't support doing this, and I would encourage my colleagues to pass a policy so that the next council and the next council and the next council, this could go on forever. We really should not be facing this. We should have a policy, and we could say, we have this policy. Right now, we have no policy. All we have is a sense of fairness to the new person coming in, but we want to be fair to the old person going out. But if we had a policy, we wouldn't have to be sitting here having a debate. So I would just encourage y'all to do something about this and not just let it slide away, because it needs to be taken care of. It's not top of mind until it happens, which is probably the reason it didn't go anywhere last time. But I really think we need to be careful what we do, but we need to have policies.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem.
I agree with Mrs. Abbott, and I do feel that we do need to make some agreement or commitment to looking at this truly as a policy issue, and one that we can rectify at another time.
Well, 1/3 of the council is sitting here, so just get two friends.
There we go.
Okay, well, I'm not voting for this,
Neither.
so I don't know if you feel the same way.
Well, I just personally can't support it because I've seen it happen before, and it's just not a good situation to be in.
Okay.
Somebody's feelings are gonna be hurt, and somebody's gonna be mad, and, we could avoid this by having a policy.
Yeah, I think there's something we can work on, next
A team
month or
approach.
two. Yeah, so,
Madam Chair, respectfully, I mean, no action is action, but whether there's a motion
I was
and
about to say, I know.
You don't make a motion.
I don't
If it
have
doesn't get a second.
I don't have a motion.
I don't either.
Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, well, Councilor Abbott, do you have any last parting words for Budget and Finance Committee?
I'm gonna miss y'all. But aside from that, I'll be out there, but y'all probably ignore me by then. The one thing I want to say is y'all to ask a lot of questions and read the backup stuff so that you have some questions, because I've heard us called a rubber stamp on this council. Now, we certainly don't want to be having squabbles with anyone and embarrassing ourselves where people get a Coke and a thing of popcorn and watch us and laugh at us on TV. We don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
But, we don't want to just accept everything as though it's a good idea, because everything is not a good idea. And that would be my only, advice for people is read the backup and of course, if you don't have any questions, you can't ask any, but there are always questions to be asked about the things that we're doing up here. And to someone, they sound like a great idea, but to the rest of us, it may not sound so good, because we're thinking about what we could do with the money for the residents. And the people are the city, but it's the people of Birmingham that are the city. It's not just any old people. It's not just all the developers who have lots of money. It's our people. And I'm really interested in our people.
Yeah.
What effect, and the fact that we're a shrinking city and we don't have as many people as we used to have, but we're doing things that will create less housing for our people. And then our people will be somebody else's people in some other city. And they might be people that we wanted to keep, but they've gotten maybe stressed out by the fact that, the residence next door has a business in it, or there's a short-term rental next door, and they just say, I'm getting the heck out of Birmingham because they don't treat me like I'm important. And I've had people say that to me about, you know, some of these issues. So, and we have new zone districts now that we have approved, the mixed-use districts, which are going to put businesses where people used to reside. So that means even fewer people. And how much new residential do we have going up? Well, not much, and not much affordable anyway. So some of the decisions that are being made on other floors of this building are going to have an impact on the number of people we have as constituents. And the next time the census comes around, we're going to move the lines again. District 3 keeps on getting smaller and smaller and smaller because we have to balance. So just these are things we need to be thinking about while we're just zooming through, you know, doing all this stuff. And you think, if we allow more businesses into our residential areas, where are our people going to be living? They can't live on all those vacant lots where we've torn down all those dilapidated houses, unless they live in a tent, and then the neighbors will complain. So those are just things we've got to think about. You know, all these zoning designations that in other cities, they're doing them. So we thought we should do them too. But why? Well, you know, we talk about walkability, but there's got to be somebody to do the walking, you know, that it can afford to buy something. So they're just those things that you have to sit and kind of ruminate over for a while and say, are we headed in a good direction or in a bad? I mean, we approved all those reductions in parking. Now people tell me, I'm not coming downtown. I can't find a place to park. The heck with y'all. And I'm going like, well, wait a minute. We just built this big amphitheater and we just built this stadium, and people want to drive their cars. So, I mean, you know, I could sit here and talk all night, but y'all don't want to hear. I mean, it's already dark outside. It's time to go to bed, and we haven't left budget and finance.
I know.
We're probably hungry.
Yes, okay. Well, thank you. Council Abbott, when I came on here, you were chair of Budget and Finance, and so I really appreciate everything I've learned from you, so.
Well, and you know, I appreciated the help of the people that came before me, because I learned from them, and bless David Herring's heart, you know, he chaired Budget and Finance. I used to watch him on television and just think, wow, you know, that's a lot. And it is a lot. We're all sitting here taking in a lot, but you have to ask the questions, because some things that we hear, sometimes they don't quite, you know, you're kind of like, how is that going to work?
Right.
We'll find out, but we don't want to find out any bad stuff. We only want to find out good results of all this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
move that we adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, guys.